the longest day of the year. As the sun creeps over Palisades, we see the festival grounds light up in the warm summer light. Vendors slowly begin to set up their stalls as the small magical creatures, were-ponies, were-bunnies, and were-goats, fill the magical petting zoo. The stage is empty, except for one nervous bard, Dave, who arrived at the crack of dawn, eager to practice without too much attention. The sand within the battle arena is perfectly raked, and the banners flash brightly as the sun continues to rise. Aveline Ibbett stands before the chaos, before the festival begins, before her biggest achievement yet, with tears in her eyes and the warmest smile. She whispers to herself, "Thank you, Rat Queens." Aww. We find our queens as they're making their way through Palisades back to the festival grounds. The night before a festival is always a rowdy one with all of the different people who are in town for the celebration, and the queens last night spared no expense. So everyone, just give me a little recap of what your night entailed.
I'm pretty sure I got it on with a hottie. Don't know who.
Veldrin Kane.
No, I know,
Oh,
but
Verdi.
Hannah doesn't know.
Hannah doesn't know.
I'm sure she thinks she knows. Like, I think it's Veldrin. He's a hottie. I just feel like she's in a destructive emotional warpath. So she's just like, I don't know who this person is. But yeah, she hooked up at the inn at the Black Satyr with Veldrin Kane, who is a bounty hunter after my heart.
I was having a drinking contest with someone, and then it turned into a drinking contest with other people, and then I made it into a drinking contest with way more people, and then I got home and went to sleep somehow, but no one knows when that was.
I made it kind of an early night. I took Aralel, the bard, back home to my private abode where I had a barrel of mead ready to hang out, and I learned some interesting high notes and had some vocal exercises.
Speaking of that, Braga,
Yeah.
let's see just how sexy
Oh,
you got
yeah.
it on.
Yeah.
I need you to roll me 2d6.
Okay.
And you can choose which stat you would like.
Okay.
I'm guessing you probably want to use your best stat.
Yeah, I'm gonna use guts because
Guts. Yes,
Braga is
perfect.
intense.
An intense, yeah.
Yeah.
An intense lover.
And Aralel loves that.
Oh no. That's gonna be an 8.
An 8. All
Yeah.
right, with an 8, that is a mixed success. So, we do have to pick one. Either something awkward happened, this meant something to Aralel, you forgot her name, or everyone heard you.
Oh, everyone heard us.
Great.
It's a bard. I mean, she's got range.
So yeah, everyone heard you, and as
But you took her home, so we didn't get home
Well,
until late, and then we heard
I
you.
have my own house, but
Oh.
everyone doesn't mean the Rat Queens. It can mean
okay.
anyone in the neighborhood around Braga's
your
house.
neighbors,
My house.
your neighbors all heard it, and that
Okay.
when Aralel left early in the morning after breakfast.
Yeah.
After breakfast.
Yeah, I made her breakfast.
Remember
Yeah.
a nice shared breakfast.
Good.
Unfortunately, all of the neighbors were looking out of their windows and doors, curious to see what caused that racket last night. As her drow face kind of blushes a very vibrant fuchsia, she quickly makes her way to the Palisades Summer Solstice Festival.
Walk of shame.
Ain't no shame in a Braga party. I'm just saying.
That's right. It's a new.
It shouldn't be called a walk of shame.
It's not
anyway.
anymore.
Yeah.
It's like the stride of pride.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
it is. There
The
it is.
stride of pride.
Stride of pride.
I kind of stood in the doorway, just kind of like,
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
In
Yeah.
Braga's robe, in her
Yeah.
in her pink
In my
robe.
robe, yeah, my
Nice.
pink robe, a little undone in the front, and just was like,
Woo!
hey, I'll see you later.
She nods as she quickly hurries.
Enjoy that stage I built for you.
Yes, I did. Yes. So cute. I'm sorry.
Nice.
I'm enjoying this.
And Dee, you finally, after dealing with your migraine, you finally joined the party last night at the Black Satyr. How did you spend the night?
I had a similar kind of drinking party circuit as Betty. I probably didn't do quite as many rounds of drinking parties because at some point I remembered that I wanted to wake up early because there was a new book coming out in the morning that I wanted to go to the bookstore for.
Yeah.
So I went to bed and went to sleep after being out very late.
Wonderful. Now, I'm going to ask everybody to roll a get sober check.
All right.
Roll get sober for me.
Fair enough.
What are you, my mom?
Oh no.
You are the VIPs at a festival today.
Wait, G Momily.
Whoa.
Does that work?
It does work.
G Momily.
There was a great Reddit about a woman who answered a request for a DM job, and she made everyone show up on time and do research on their characters and clean up and take showers. So she was like the G mom.
I rolled a 5. That's plus heart, correct?
That is plus heart.
Yes. So
heart.
that's a 6 for Betty.
Oh, Jesus.
Yikes! Okay.
Do we have any rerolls?
We do have one reroll.
Who wait.
Ooh, I got a 10,
Nice.
so I'm good, right?
Yeah, you are solid.
Solid.
I got
I
a
haven't-
super sober.
Go ahead.
I have an 8, but I'll take the hangover.
What do
Okay.
you have?
A 6.
And so do I. Do you want to rock, paper, scissors for the reroll?
No. I'm fine. You can take it.
Okay, great.
Or you cannot take it.
No, I'm going to take it.
Okie dokie.
To be fair,
All right.
Hannah did have to deal with the hangover last week already, so I feel like if anyone deserves a chance to not have one,
This is what bad choices cause.
Well,
great choices.
Woo! 12. I'm sorry, chat.
nice.
Dang, well, 11 actually, because I'm -1 in heart.
11.
'Cause I suck.
Wonderful. So as you all are making your way to the festival grounds for the Palisade Summer Solstice Festival, Dee and Hannah, you are feeling fantastic. You have like bit that maybe you had some hair of the dog in the morning, like making sure everything's feeling good. Dee, yes, you picked up your book right before meeting
My
everyone
sweet
else.
book.
Braga, you're feeling a little. You had like a long night, so you're
Yeah.
namely feeling very groggy. So you will have a -1 on your next 5 rolls, and then
I gotta find coffee.
Betty,
Yes.
Betty.
This is going to be
Betty.
fun.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna make a move on you when the time comes.
Oh.
So, because according to the rule, on a fail, you're still toasted, and the GM decides your fate. So I will hold your fate until a moment.
I feel like I was like keeping it together really cool until RLL left, and then when she was gone, I was like, oh god.
You're like, okay.
Violet spent the night in a very similar fashion. She was having wonderful talks with Ulrich as she sang him the song of Odd the dwarf, the strange dwarven man who sells unique oddities for war that many may consider to be sexual items.
Our sexual
Oh, right,
items.
Or
right.
sexual items. As
A banana club?
Come on.
Go on,
What
carry
else
on.
did you use that for?
as she joins you all as you make your way to the entrance of the summer solstice.
We're all
festival.
together?
Yes.
Oh, guys, I don't feel so good.
I scoop up Betty and carry her. She's probably just hanging over my shoulder
Can I?
like that.
I want to go see the animals, but I'll just hang out with you guys. It's cool.
I've had worse mornings, but I've had a lot of better ones too.
I feel great.
I feel great.
How's your book?
Oh, it's so good. So good. So good. I don't know why I bother socializing. I should just read this book.
You already read your book? You just got it this morning.
I read half of it.
What?
I decided to save the last half because I knew I had to go out and have social interaction. So to entice myself to go and be social, I'm saving the last half of my book for later so that I can reward myself for
I'm
going out
already
and being
bored
social.
by this.
Okay. That's my story.
Stop moving around so much.
Oh, sorry.
Now listen, we are the guests of honor at this summer solstice festival, and I know that. Well, we helped Aveline build it yesterday, and I know she's relying on us, so.
You
I
guys
don't know, maybe-
helped Aveline. I did my own damn thing. So you guys have this
That
sense.
is it.
Weird flex, but okay.
I wasn't there either.
Weird what?
It's a weird flex. They'd be like, I didn't help at all.
I didn't because I don't understand why you guys like this psycho bitch.
Well, you were the one who brought the sex toy guy into the
I
battle
didn't
and then
bring.
brought the armor out.
I like to
That's terrible.
see how she's doing.
Sure, roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Again,
see
not
if
a
you
good
can
roll for me.
She kills Betty by accident.
The 2.
Yeah, in trying to check Betty's temperature. You accidentally push your hand so hard against her that you knock her off Dee's back. Betty, as you fall to the ground, you take 4 points of damage.
Protect the bet. Okay.
Protect the bet. I'm sorry.
We don't hurt Pinecone.
I didn't want to. It was not my intention.
I scoop her back up, and I want to do. Oh, my poor little bitch.
I'm the worst.
Smidgen.
Beer's evil.
I'd like to heal her using cure moderate wounds.
Great. I'm
Just
gonna
sounds
say,
ridiculous saying it like that.
roll me
That was 4
2d6
points.
plus your skill.
Okay.
Can that cure her hangover too?
5.
Never mind.
Stop trying to
Not
help
great.
me.
Unfortunately, Dee, while your cure wounds usually
There.
are very good at
There.
curing physical wounds, they cannot cure the mind cloud of a hangover. As
Okay.
Betty, you proceed to vomit on the ground next to everyone.
Oh no!
Oh gosh!
Oh, how do you hold that much liquid inside you, Smidgen?
Stop.
Look, Betty, are you even feeling all right to be here?
Totally cool. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's fine.
I don't know if I want to
She
carry
just
you
sounds
if
like
you're
Betty
gonna
to
barf
me.
on me.
I'm not gonna bar for you. I love you. Great.
Oh, she's sleeping.
Two are not mutually exclusive, loving you and not barfing on you.
That is a good point. But she's sleeping now. I think she's okay.
In
She's
fact,
sleeping.
I've met some guys that love
Yeah,
you
you
and
talk
want
so
you to
much.
barf on them.
Get mushroom.
I'd like to.
Bad idea.
If there's some type of cloak or fabric I can use to make a comfy sling for her.
like
so
a baby boost.
yeah. Yeah.
Sure. I'm gonna
Either
say
front or back. I don't know which way. Yeah.
yeah. I'll
ways
say
more
because you
comfortable. Probably back.
Dee has like this really nice sash. I'm gonna say maybe you can use that sash to help make like a
A Betty Bjorn?
a Bjorn. So roll me 2d6 plus. I'm gonna say
Sounds like
I'm
a
gonna say
combo.
hard.
Yay! Thank you. Ooh, I got a
Ooh.
10.
So you make the snuggliest smidgen Bjorn in the world.
Yay!
Oh,
As
I,
a-
it's fine.
There
I
you go.
usually don't
There
like
you
the
go.
Betty Bjorn, but it's fine. You guys are good. I just nap now.
Okay, you nap now.
Our rat queens with Betty strapped to Dee's back finally reach the gates of the Summer Solstice Festival. Two giant wooden columns with the fabric banner decorated in blue and gold writing. Welcome to the Palisades Planning Committee's first annual Summer Solstice Festival. As you see, similar to the site that you saw the previous night with all of the beautiful engraved wooden booths and lanterns and flags and banners, the main stage, the arena, the petting zoo, the children's stage, the VIP tent, the other traveling wagons parked alongside now is completely filled with every single person you've seen in Palisades, along with a great number of people you've never seen before who have clearly heard about this festival and have traveled to Palisades to partake.
I don't want to do this.
Immediately, Aveline Ibbett runs up and sees all of you. Oh, how do I look?
You look fantastic.
Thank you. I am
What is she
so
wearing?
nervous. She is wearing her same exact outfit. You see that her hair, but like she has her makeup. She's trying to keep like her makeup really clean. Her vest is, or her blazer is just pressed and beautiful. She proudly wears the head of the Palisades Planning Committee pin on her blazer for the first time as she runs up to you all, and she has these little white gloves on her hands. Yes. Do I look terrified? Because I feel terrified.
Hey Dee, what does she look like?
She looks only a slightly less terrified than normal.
Cool. You look great. You're
Thank
great.
you.
This is great.
I mean, I'm so in debt to all of you for helping this happen so far. I mean, now we're here. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, don't say things
I
like
should
that.
Don't
Nope.
say
No,
that.
around
no,
us, don't
say
say
that
that.
around us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
You know what? I
Not a
take
good
that
idea.
back. Take backsies.
Ooh, it's out of the bottle. That's out of the bottle.
But first, let me show you. Let me show you to the VIP tent,
Ooh.
where we can get you checked in, where you can enjoy yourself. Yes.
I push past her and walk towards it because it's pretty clear where it is.
Yes, it is. You see, it's off to the side, and you see this little sign that says VIP tent. The tent itself is a very plain-looking kind of cloth white tent. It looks incredibly small. Probably would fit maybe 1 or 2 people normally.
This is VIP.
Yes.
Have you ever done VIP before? Where's the free drinks?
You come
Where's the lush bathrooms?
I walk into the tent.
As you walk into the tent, you then realize that it is an enchanted portkey tent, in that the inside is incredibly large than its outer appearance makes it seem.
Can we wait? So we do all walk in and see that?
I
Or
say you
from-
all walk
okay.
in.
So I'm
Aveline,
talking shit as I'm walking
I would
in.
say you were kind of talking. You turn and talk shit to Aveline, who was trying to tell you, just go inside. As she was like,
This is really fucking lame, Aveline. And I walk in and is it air conditioning? Air conditioned as well?
It is the perfect temperature.
Ooh.
Oh my god, I could marry you.
Similar to the design of the Palisades Planning Committee HQ, this tent was definitely designed by Aveline. Inside is a number of pristine quartz tables with blue tablecloths and a gold trim. Likewise, there are a number of plush velvet blue couches and chairs, all surrounding a beautiful open magical quartz hearth that keeps the room not too hot, not too cool, but perfect.
This is pretty nice, Aveline.
Thank you. I hired, well, actually, it was Gramps. Gramps and I were talking last night, and I was telling him I was having a hard time finding a sorcerer or a sorceress to help me enchant this room. I read about portkey enchantments before, and, well, I wanted to see what they did, and he helped me. He just said, tell me what you want, and I told him what I wanted, and it's here. And have you seen the finger sandwiches? And she points over the table, and you see just a plethora of tiny tea cake sandwiches, tiny hors d'oeuvres, tiny fruits, tiny vegetables, tiny little roasted meats on tiny little skewers, just like a plethora of finger food.
I'm
making a
eating
plate.
it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like,
What are you eating specifically? Like, what are you going towards? The sweets, the savory?
So there's the fried chicken ish, like the fried roasted meats on bread. That's what I'm like. But I'm also dipping it in like the fruit stuff. So I'm like getting sweet and savory.
So you're dipping it kind of like, the custard.
Let's put it this way. I am not respecting the layout of this. I'm just like going for it because that's what VIPs do.
I have made a plate, but it's like the sandwiches and the roasted meats, and it's like, and I'm just like, and I'm like, also the sandwiches are so small in my hands that it's like kind of like comical. I'm like,
Tiny little foods. You also notice towards the back of the room appears to be.
You want a plate, Smidgen?
Can you please carry me over to the food table?
is there
Of course.
is there coffee in here anywhere? Like coffee, I could really go for some coffee.
Towards the back of the room is a private bar and beverage area fully stocked with wine, coffee, water, hard liquors, and, for the special occasion, Mustang Meadery Reserve.
Oh, as soon as
no.
I
Oh,
see
no.
the sign, I'm just gonna be like, oh.
Yo, D, let's go get some of that hair of the dog.
Just be
Yeah,
careful.
yeah.
Trust me. Be careful.
We already had it. It's fine.
I had a lot of it.
Okay.
I get a coffee with a little bit of whiskey in it.
I just start chugging mead. I hop out of the Betty Bjorn.
Smidge.
Aww.
Betty,
fine.
Betty,
I'm just
slow down
be
a little
careful with
bit.
that. I'm telling you, just go easy on that.
It's gonna be fine.
In your state, go careful. Maybe don't put her in front of the. Okay.
Sorry, I just was I was transfixed. Even just the logo of his meadery. Just,
Oh right. Oh.
I'm sorry. Just gravitate towards it.
As you notice in the VIP tent around you, there are also kind of 3 subrooms to the back that lead to various other places, but all of those curtains are currently closed. But you are not the only ones in the VIP tent. There is a very young, curly white-haired drow kind of young man who is very excitably kind of looking around, who has large round spectacles that sit on his face that make his drow eyes just appear enormous behind them. And you notice, just from knowing the festival itself, you see to the left on kind of one of the plush blue velvet couches, you see 2 of the competitors from the feats of strength competition that will be happening later today. One is a 35-year-old human barbarian with curly black natural hair who has a large battle axe strapped to her back and is decorated with a variety of wolf emblems. And then sitting right next to her, laughing joyfully in conversation, you see a very old dwarf man with curly golden hair and a beard as he is clearly enjoying the story that she is telling him.
I go to try to get into one of the velvet curtained off rooms.
Wonderful. Which room would you like to enter into?
1, 2, or 3.
Door number 1, curtain number 1, curtain number 2, curtain number 3.
Is there any distinguishing smells or feelings or sounds coming out of either curtain that I'll be able to tell?
I would say from the first curtain, you do hear the sound of rushing water.
Yeah, sure.
As you peek through that curtain, you see a beautiful quartz washroom and makeup station, just kind of these beautiful counters with plush blue velvet little stools, mirrors in front of them with enchanted kind of candles hanging from the ceiling. And as you go more into the washroom area, you see that there are sinks, there are private stalls, and there is a large porcelain bathtub.
I disrobe and get into it.
Great. Hannah starts taking a bath.
Sounds great.
Betty, where are you right now?
I just finished a glass of mead, feeling a little better now. Just get the old hairy dog back in the system, get the juices going. I've polished off several plates of fruits covered in chocolate from the chocolate fountain, and I think I'm gonna roll over to the feats of strength, fellows.
Great. What do you want to? How do you want to? Do you want to start talking to them, or?
Hey, lady! I like your wolf emblems. What's that mean? What clan are you from?
Well, it's funny you should ask. It's actually, and then Betty, this is me making my move. Suddenly, you just vomit all over the feet of the barbarian woman and the dwarven man as they stand up. And just immediately, and the slight there was an enchanted musical kind of ambience in the tent, and light chatter has now ceased. Even the enchanted musical has stopped. A magical record scratch happens in the room as they simply stare at their feet.
I'm almost just
In an instant, Violet runs over, potato sacks you, and just it follows into the room where Hannah went.
I still think you're cool. Bye.
As the barbarian woman and the dwarven man simply just stare at each other.
I'm standing probably not too far away, just staring at them.
Aveline,
slowly back
my
away.
coffee and a plate, and I'm just like,
Yep.
Aveline, absolutely white in the face, slowly approaches the two competitors. But before she can say anything,
Oh, God.
the curly white-haired drow man walks over, and with a flick of his hand, the vomit, the stains, the dampness is gone.
Ew.
He laughs and he smiles and he
sound cues.
looks at the two
down
competitors and he looks at the rest of you in the room and says, "Well, this is going to be so much more fun than I originally thought."
That's a really great spin on it.
I like this one. And then I eat more sandwiches.
Yep.
Hi, it's nice to meet you.
Hello, I am Braga.
The name is Baronin. Baronin Dibblbeck. Perhaps you have heard of my family's name. Yes, I am a descendant of the famous Dibblebecks.
Oh, those ones.
Yes. I don't know. Let me tell me. First, let's get to know each other. Let's play a little get to know each other game.
Sure.
I like those. Games are my thing. Tell me.
Sorry.
First, tell me if you're all right.
I am fine, thank you.
Wonderful.
It was a long night. I'm a little bit
Trust me,
bit
it's
tired.
a long journey here. Tell me, what brings you to the VIP section? Who am I talking to?
Ooh.
Well, I am Braga the Strong. I helped build all the stalls you see out there, and we also provided all this fine mead to the festival. And so I'm a member of the Rat Queens, and we are here to protect the festival.
You see, almost with a flick of his hand, this magical stool appears underneath his bottom, as he then is floating on a stool in front of you with one leg over the other. Rat Queens. I have heard tale. First question, is it all true?
Every word of it.
Every word
And,
of
and
it.
also none of it.
What? I must know more. I like you. You're very fun. I must know more. Please, Braga, tell me your secrets.
I'm not a big fan of sharing secrets. I don't really have that many. I kind of just hit stuff and laugh at things when they get hit, and protect people when they're getting hurt, and eat sandwiches and meat.
Ah, a woman who knows what she wants in life. Very few people do.
Well, I'm an orc, so that might make sense.
Ah, yes. I know what you're talking about.
I'm just teasing.
And you, are you? He kind of notices his perception skills are incredibly high as he peers over his spectacles. I see you are wearing a similar emblem to Braga here. Are you one of these rat queens as well?
I think he's talking to you.
I just drained my glass of mead. Oh, me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. What is your name?
I'm Dee.
D. Ah, D. That's a very nice name.
Refilling the mead glass.
Now I see by your skulls and by, the colors of your garb, are you perhaps a follower of Narigoth?
What do you know about Narigoth?
Simply that he is a giant space tentacle god. One of the many gods in the Parthenon that people choose to believe from. I myself believe in no god, and in fact believe in the god, that we are all do what is done to us.
Wow, I fully respect that.
Really?
Yeah.
I would not expect that due to your garb.
Yeah, for me it's more like a cultural thing. I grew up, as a follower of Narigoth, and I practice the magic and I practice the ritual. But really deep down, I kind of believe what you believe.
Well, forgive me for making assumptions. Ha! I have learned something today. Examine my personal biases. Check. This is a learning experience for me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll expect a check in the mail for that learning experience.
She's not kidding.
You are fun. As he kind of hovers over to Aveline, and you see the two of them talking, as he excitedly kind of looks over your way and expresses to her in a variety of exciting hand gestures and movements. The color comes back to her face as you see that she starts to breathe once again and is feeling a lot more grounded about the festival. Meanwhile, in the bathroom,
I've jumped into the tub with Hannah.
yes, Violet comes and just throws Betty into the tub with Hannah.
I'm like annoyed for a minute, but also I just start cleaning her.
Violet rolls up her arms and starts scrubbing. So you both are just
Yeah, like-
scrubbing Betty.
and like
The
in
combo
the
move, the
mouth,
smidgen scrub.
Smidgen scrub.
under the armpits, just in case.
I'm taking a shot at Hannah.
And then I grab Violet and pull her in too.
Aww.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Okay. Oh! Woo! 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You successfully, you get such a good grip on Violet's arm that she goes immediately into the tub with you all as the water and bubbles flow over the edge of this tub.
I'm so happy that I make us float out of like errant magic that so the water and the bubbles all it turns into like a foam party, but we're floating in the air.
In this floating foam party, you see Violet trying to get a handle of floating for the first time. Betty, you're enjoying this.
This is awesome!
Yay!
Bath time.
I
bath
start
time,
cleaning her
bath time.
toes, but also tickling him.
You know, it's true what they say. You really just gotta get it out, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Like all of it. I only got like a quarter of it out before, and that was the other half. So there's probably still something in here, but that was great.
I mean, we can just, sieve it out.
I'm fine. I just keep that inside me. But I'm feeling
Makes
great.
you stronger. Just don't.
Hannah!
Up there. What?
Hannah, I don't like it.
All the more reason you should do
I
it.
don't. I like the ground. If you don't know, dwarves are very much people of the ground, not of the air. So if I could go on the ground again.
Come on, you stout little sucker. I start tickling her love handles, and like start getting her hair all soapy and foamy.
And it's like just this joyous laughter. Yes, you start tickling each
Yeah.
other. There's a foam party.
There's a pillow somewhere.
It's a very, a very fun bath time. Everyone in the VIP tent can hear the joyful noises coming from the bathroom as Aveline looks over at you, Braga, and Dee.
Oh, you think we know what's going on here?
We don't ask questions
No,
when we're
we
not.
don't.
She kind of mouths from across the room. Is everything okay?
If they're laughing, I think things are
Yeah.
better than if they're not laughing. Trust me.
That is a very good thing. No one's dying,
Yeah.
and they're laughing. We're good.
Yeah, if there's yelling and cursing, then Hannah has breathed a few words. But otherwise, I think they're fine.
She gives you 2 thumbs up.
Oh, God.
And then I catch
From-
my sandwich that I dropped when I gave her a thumbs up.
Aw.
Aww. I will ask Amir if I could have the results of the poll, please. I would love that because I believe I need to implement it. I'm
How
getting to
exciting.
that part of my story.
And in the meantime, I crawl out of the tub and I dry myself off, and I'm like, all right, guys, let's get back out there. There's a table of magical food, tiny magical foods that are perfect for my tiny magical mouth. Let's go.
And before she goes, I grab her. Are you okay?
I'm great. I'm great.
You sure?
You gotta set down the layer of the food, and then I can drink again.
Got it. And I tickle her and I let her go.
It's a science.
It's a science. Oh, no, I get it. There is a tactical approach to making bad choices.
Listen, Hannah, before we go out, can you just, I don't know, a magical wind spell, just blow a nice hot wind to maybe not look so wet?
Okay. I'd like to cast a spell that, alters her hair, so it's like doohickey, but bunned up, like, kind of like in my style, like if she was like 1950s pinup style. So I dry her off, but I wanted to look like me a little, like just keep it fresh.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
I love it.
You roll high on the weirdest.
It's true. I think it's 9 skill, 9. Keeping it.
Wonderful. With
So
with this, I will say it's not the most perfect kind of pinned up do, but you definitely now Violet, who is now dried off, is now rocking much more of a Hannah style rockabilly do as opposed to her kind of straight hair.
Yeah, and I probably should have been more clear too. I wanted it to affect her, like the way her outfit got cinched, like her, high-waisted pants, and like just make everything a little bit cuter and like.
I'll say
not
that
that she's cute, but different. But if I didn't succeed, then I can have, you know what I mean.
I'll say it's just her hair.
Got it.
Just her hair.
That's
you do.
fair. Can't change persons all day.
I'm just wet and tripping around the food table.
So cute.
As Baronon makes his way towards you, Betty. Oh, you vomited.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah, there's a lot. I feel better now though, because they say get the bad stuff out, put the good stuff in.
Trust me, I see that more than I should like to on my daily kind of walks around. Just as long
Wait,
as
where
you're.
are you walking around that everyone's vomiting?
Where are you from, mister?
Do you not know who I am?
No.
No, actually, we don't. Who are you?
We know you're from that family.
Yes.
Right.
I don't.
Family of people that we know about.
Yes, we know everything about.
Sure,
Do
but we don't know who you
do
are.
we
Don't know.
know
You've
families?
never heard of
Okay.
Baronon, owner of the Matagu Casino and Resort
Oh, the Matagu Casino and Resort. No idea.
in Cascaria. you know, the desert resort town with the enchanted waterfalls and
Oh, I've heard of this.
the nightlife, the gambling,
Oh.
the vacations, the desires, the people.
I
the
like all those
beings.
things. Do you
sounds
have a
cool.
festival you need VIPs for?
We're good at it.
Well, this is a very. I've always interested in dabbling into festivals, seeing what I can do to make my resort better.
We know who could plan it for you. And I pointed at Abilene.
Oh yeah.
She just smiles and is like, I planned this. She says. Well, I'm just curious to see, you know, always heard of Palisades, always heard of the chaos of Palisades being a very big port town. Curious to see what ports come in and what ports go out. I'm just here to have some fun. Meet a few people, see if they're interested in possibly coming to my resort. If I'm being completely frank.
Are you inviting us to your resort?
Because yes.
Vacation.
Possibly, but I mean,
Oh.
I cannot. You'd have to pay for it yourself. It's an
Oh,
open
never mind.
invitation.
Oh, yeah, no, we're
that's a weird
poor.
bait. I get it. It's a bait and switch thing. It's like we hear the pitch and then we pay for
Well, I
something.
mean, I'm inviting you as in, like, come visit the town. It's very
Oh,
nice.
oh, well,
There's fun things to do.
This is fun.
Nightlife and such.
I mean, we would be, how do you say, kind of like influencing other people to come visit if we showed up, the Rat Queens. So
Yeah.
maybe there could be some kind of, you know, tit for tat.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, we're like really famous.
Yeah, we are. For some things that we won't mention here, but people will pay attention.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts. I'm gonna say you're getting sassy.
I don't know what you call it, but socially we would influence people.
9.
A 9.
Not bad for a minus
So
1 on
a
guts.
9.
Not bad at all.
Baronin looks in you and is definitely intrigued, but not 100% convinced.
Thinking
As
about it,
Aveline
thinking about it.
pops up right behind him and says, "Oh yes, they are so renowned and so famous that, well, they have been chosen to judge the bard off today at the festival."
You know, Aveline,
Don't-
about that, I was
Don't
like,
remind us.
I was into it before, and now I'm not. I'm not into it.
I
anymore.
might have a bias that might preclude me.
I don't. I can see why
Me
we don't
too.
let bards be on the team anymore, guys. I know I was all about it before, but man, they really broke my trust last time. It really messed me up, guys.
Oh well, you have to do it. Yes,
Have to.
yes.
Oh, I don't want
I
The
walk out.
committee has spoken.
I walk out just in
We
time
don't
to
like
hear.
the committee. They're kind of mean to you and everybody else.
Well, the other people on the committee that aren't just the meanies in charge.
Okay.
Bards suck.
So I come out just in time to hear her talk about it, but you have to do it. I will do it, and I'll be the only one that does it. And that way you guys don't have to do it.
That's fine with me.
Betty, suddenly you are overcome with just naivete that maybe you feel like giving bards a gosh darn second chance.
I know exactly who did this. Betty's watching you, Bard Dave.
That suddenly you hear the cruel words come out of your mouth, and for a moment you think, no, not all bards. Not all bards.
I mean, maybe it was just a misunderstanding.
Do you want to do it by yourself then?
No, you said you were gonna do it, so you have to do it with me.
I was gonna make a really bad show of it.
Guys, let's just do it together, please.
I mean, I'm happy to do it, but I should admit that I have a very clear bias at this moment.
Everyone in town knows you guys did it.
Yeah.
I'll do it if I'm
do you
allowed to
mean?
be really harshly judgmental of them all and make it
Ooh.
really, really difficult for them.
Can we sit in a line in a DS and explain why they could be better? Like, could we do it in like a voting system where all 5 of us can give them like X's and we'll tell them why we voted them off?
That sounds mean, Hannah.
Sounds awesome.
I think we just pick a winner. Don't tell everyone why they're not winners.
I think they should know. I
Seems
think.
like the opposite of what we're supposed
Wouldn't
to be
you want to
doing.
know if you weren't good at something? Like, let's say if you weren't good at getting high and you puked all the time. Wouldn't you want to know that you made a problem for other people? I'm saying they would behoove these misfortunate career path people to know why they're not very good.
I think we should just tell them which one's the best, and they'll all strive to be the best.
Betty, you just you won't let us be bad people. Oh, God's bless you. Fine, we'll try to like give one of them good feedback or something.
You can yell at them
Oh,
later
I did
if you
that
feel
last
like
night.
Well then,
What?
that job's been done.
What? And
No,
as
no.
Aveline smiles at you all and goes, well, here, let me show you. Suddenly, a group, a family of people walk into the VIP tent. They are all wearing similar outfits that have an aspect of the color violet in them. A color that you've noticed on a traveling wagon that has been parked on the festival grounds for some time now. They are a family of ruddy wood elves with dark brown hair whose red highlights pop in the light. As the eldest gentleman of the group approaches Aveline with a kind of a dark brown and red ruddy beard. Aveline, my dear Aveline, you know that in accordance to our contract for the festival, we are permitted, well, we are guaranteed that the VIP tent is exclusively for us before our performance slot correct. Aveline looks over the family and looks nervously at you all and the other attendees in the VIP tent. Well, yes, I do remember that being part of a contract that was sent to me and signed, but really, you cannot share the VIP tent. As the family echoes in laughter behind him. My dear, sweet Aveline, you don't know who we are. We are, well, my name is Geralt Prosenkrantz. We are the Pros and Pants performing troupe. We are your headliners, are we not? We are the familial traveling actor troupe that has come to headline the Palisade Summer Solstice Festival. And if you want this performance to be at its very best, if you want your people, your participants, your festival goers, to still be around when, well, the night finally comes at the end of the solstice, then we're going to need this tent to ourselves. You see my family, my beautiful wife, my two twin boys, Betty, who you recognize as the twin acrobats that were having the drinking contest with you last night, as they quickly make eye contact with you, my darling daughter, and of course my tiny boy son, as you see a little 6-year-old boy in violet overalls kind of walking
Boyson.
around.
Oh.
Is his name Boyson?
His name is Colborn.
Colborn
Colborn,
the
my
Boyson.
son. My wife, Katrin. My twins, Lionel and Lighton. My daughter, Maddie. And, of course, my sweet boy, Colborn. We need this tent. You see, we're a family. We're going to take up a lot of space. And that's part of our agreement. And if our agreement is not matched, Aveline's eyes kind of quickly grow wide in horror. She kind of looks over at you all. Excuse me, everyone. Excuse me. I'm afraid that the VIP tent is being sequestered or being specifically held for the Pros and Pants performing troupe. I can, however, direct you towards specific stalls that we can set up to be more exclusive for you all, or you can make your way to your respective areas and whatnot, as she frantically tries to solve the problem.
I make a big plate as I head out the door. Like, I'm trying to be
Wonderful.
nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna load up on some meat and some foods.
Hey guys, why don't we try to help her and find Gramps? Because he made this tent, maybe you can make another one.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'll go find Gramps. Oh my goodness! Look at the sundial. She looks at the sundial, the enchanted sundial in the room. You all must hurry. The bard off is beginning shortly.
Oh.
Oh dear. Okay. Yep.
I'd like to go up to Geralt
Mhm.
and say, "You're so right. I can't believe that she didn't have this evacuated for you before you even walked in this tent. My name is Hannah. I'm going to be your concierge for the day. You need anything, you let me know.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Hannah, what are you doing?
Shut up. Oh, hold on, guts. I get 2, 6, 7, 8, 9.
With
What are the rerolls?
1.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Mine's good.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No.
We're about to see some bards. Get into another bard off.
We're gonna want some rerolls.
With
Let's
a
fight
9.
for no reason.
With a
We did
9, Geralt looks you over. Very funny, miss. Now, please, if you'll excuse me, the real talent needs to hold the tent. As he kind of shoulder pushes you out of the way, as the group of rat queens, along with Aveline and the other members of the tent, then exit. As you see, almost this kind of magical lock go on top of the VIP tent once you're out.
I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm
Okay,
going
you
to
know
kill
what?
him. You know what that boy said? I'm gonna crack his neck off.
Do you hear yourself?
Hannah, why would you even say something
Because
like
that guy,
that?
who the fuck, does his shit not smell? From all I know, everyone's poop smells. And what does he think? He's some goddamn purple elf, so he gets whatever he wants. You crumbled, Aveline, like a sugar castle. You were crumbled like a sugar castle in a rainstorm.
What can I
Is that a saying?
It is now.
Okay.
what can I do?
You have to have a backbone. We're not always gonna be here to support you. That guy sucks.
You know, I gotta agree with Hannah. Aveline, what is going on? You do need to have a backbone. You're running this festival. Also, if it's in the contract, you gotta kind of honor it.
Yeah.
The
Is it
douchebag
in the
has a point.
contract? Did you look over the contract? Did you double check that it's in the contract? Because you got surprised by this. And when is their fucking performance? 7 hours from now? They need it the entire time?
It's actually 5 hours away, and what I've been told of actors is that, performing troops, is that they have to have ample time in specific rooms to warm up and listen, as tear fill in her eyes, I have to go help these guests find other places. Please go judge the bard off. I would hate to revoke your VIP badges.
Wrong
As she
people to have
oh.
a backbone with right now, Aveline.
makes her way. She makes her way to the other side of the festival.
It's like
guys,
we build her up and we turned her into a monster.
Yeah.
But only against us.
Well,
I still like her though.
yeah. We'll give her another chance. Just like we're gonna give these other bards a chance.
Oh my gosh, yes.
No.
As you make your way to the main stage, you do pass kind of the children's area of the Summer Solstice Festival. Like I said, there is a magical petting zoo filled with were-ponies, were-goats, were-bunnies, were-sheep. All very adorable and charming, yet slightly intimidating as a variety of children or pets attempt to ride on as parents kind of hold their hands closely to them. And
This
you
is
see,
cute, but also kind of creepy.
as you see to the right of the magical petting zoo is the children's performance stage, where on the stage you see Pacifica the Magnifica and Fluffy her ruby wyvern performing a number of tricks and stunts. You see the wyvern quickly go up and jump out of a hoop as Pacifica raises it more and more off the ground with each jump of Fluffy. Finally, in one last trick, igniting the hoop with fire as the crowd of children and parents and grandfolk alike all gasp in amazement. Where in a single choreographed movement, Fluffy, the ruby wyvern, jumps through as Pacifica tosses the flaming hoop into the air as it descends instantly into the mouth of the adorable wyvern. The families begin to, wildly applaud. Children are, yes! Yes! As Pacifica and Fluffy take a bow, and you make your way over to the large blue tented stage, where in front of it are rows and rows and rows of wooden bench seats. You see a host of familiar faces, each of them wearing their bard best. Aralel, the drow bard, stands delicately holding her ivory fiddle as she gives a slight wave back at you, Braga. Her black-tipped white hair is pinned up with silver and onyx pins. She wears a similar silver and onyx cuff earring on her right ear and a tight, stormy gray coat with silver buttons and silver matching epaulets. Her coat cuts short in the front and extends behind her in a fishtail skirt fashion. And you see that on her hands she wears a pair of silver fingerless gloves. Her black leather pants are then accented with silver-heeled ankle boots. Ulrich stands proudly next to her, wearing a similar outfit to what you met him in. This time his white shirt appears underneath a beautiful baby blue paisley double-breasted vest with a golden cravat as an accent. As he grins widely, you see that he wears a decorative gold lower tusk cover over his orc tusks.
Oh.
His double bearded braid is now accented with tiny pieces of gold ribbon. And Braga, you notice that around his left eye, he has his family name, Heliax, written in gold orc script.
Do I recognize that name?
You don't recognize the name. You can read Squork.
Okay.
Yeah. And then finally you see Rice wearing the literal same exact outfit you saw them in before, a forest green shirt with the sleeves rolled up, tucked into a pair of dark brown cropped pants with no shoes. Leaning against one of the beams of the stage, cleaning their engraved pan flute, ignoring the excitable Bard Dave, recounting the story of how he became a bard. Bard Dave is dressed in his Bard Daviest. His hair is neatly combed back, his lyre glistens in the Solstice sun, and his amber shirt and black capelet appear freshly pressed for the occasion. And of course, you see on the right side of his waist the crude handmade Rat Queen symbol.
Oh.
He immediately sees you five and approaches you with slight worry in his eyes. Rat Queens, oh my gosh, yeah, you're the judges of the contest. I have to ask a favor. Well, there has to be, sounds silly, we got someone who dropped out. They heard you were judging and they called it off. You didn't, I didn't even know him. I didn't know who it was. It seemed real suspicious to me that all of a sudden someone who was in the bard off suddenly dropped out, but I don't know. I know this is really just spur of the moment, but Hannah and Dee, do you think you could team up and do a little barding in this competition?
No.
Dee slowly is like trying to back up and sink into a wall that doesn't exist.
Your names apparently came recommended, and he pulls out this piece of parchment that says, like, in case of emergency.
Give me that. I look at the parchment. Is there any distinguishable handwriting who may have put us up to this?
You don't see the distinguishable handwriting, but it is a combo move, so you do have to
No,
do it.
I understand.
Yeah. Come on, guys, you're gonna be great. Think about all the bard stuff we learned last time we fought these guys.
And this will be fun because
I wasn't there, was I?
I don't even know who these fucking people
Oh,
are.
yeah,
You had your headache.
Mm-hmm.
It's good if we're gonna cream
But
the
they're
competition,
bards.
but here's the deal. You got. I say this out of. I'm not adjusting Bard.
yeah,
Dave
Bard
anymore.
Dave's like, great, I'm gonna go talk to the other bards and tell them what's going on.
You guys, I know how to do this. I just don't want to.
Are you gonna cheat?
I'm not gonna. No, God, no. I'm trying to honestly tell you something. Violet knows this about me. I dabbled in bardism.
That's right. Tell them your specialty.
It was dance. I could.
Inspirational dance.
I could.
Hannah showed it to me one night when we got drunk.
I was also like trying to seduce her. I showed her how it works with men. It's a whole belly dance thing, and I don't regret knowing it. But I just don't want to have to do that. But if I'm gonna today, I just.
Oh, you're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
the
we gotta
most
see this
amazing thing
now.
I've learned all year, and I'm never gonna let it go.
Shut up! You puked all over these people.
That's very normal. It's fine.
I sort of sometimes sing, sometimes a little bit.
What?
Yeah?
Oh, gods.
I mean, cool.
Just to myself sometimes when I'm taking a bath. There's just some really poetic passages in some of my books, and I just like to sing them to music. I'm not a bard, but sometimes I like to sing words to music.
What if you
Oh.
read your book today, or sing your book and on? Damn it. So then we can't. At least we can't.
We can't judge if
Yes.
we're in it.
If we can't judge.
Well, we can judge, and we are going to.
We're gonna be so good, the three of us.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Good luck to you two.
As Hannah and Dee, you approach the other bards. Aralel, Ulrich, and Rice all kind of acknowledge you. Actually, they both don't know who you are. Aralel steps forward.
Wait, you weren't there either?
No.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
breaking up with Sawyer.
Aralel steps forward. I do think I saw you both last night, but
Let me just preemptively say, I don't care. I don't want to know you. We're gonna kick your ass.
We're not bards.
Whoa.
We're not bards. Don't even worry about us. We're just here to fill the slot.
It's better if we're not friends first. Do you know? Like, we can just deal with that after.
yes, friendly competition. Ulrich
This is why you
boisterously
don't engage
announces.
in that type of thing with a bard, because they want to make it a whole big thing. It always has to be a big thing
That's
with
why
bards.
I'm saying we shouldn't even engage or get to know them. I'm trying to say walk
It's
away.
a challenge. You just gave them a challenge to want to get to know us.
Fucking hate
We are
bards.
going to get to know you,
Yeah,
perhaps
same.
not by conversation, but by your performance alone. A bard's talent, a bard's performance is not just an extension of their talent, an extension of their soul, who they are. The magic they pull is from within themselves, created by themselves, and that's why bards are so underrated. We are just as important and magical and equally entertaining as any other class out there.
Okay, so
Is your skill making people want to vomit? Because that's all I want to do right now.
is there
My
any,
voice is my instrument, so it must be working.
You know what? As a bard,
Yes.
I do want to know this thing. Is there any polite way to tell a bard to be less bardy? Like,
You
what
s-
would work for you?
Would you want me to tell you that you're really fucking annoying?
Hannah, we should celebrate the differences of all of us.
Are you there?
Betty, you suddenly just look up here.
Hannah!
It's like
Celebrate everyone's differences. I'm judging you.
Get out of here! I like whip her by her hair and get her out, throw her out.
I catch her. I figured that was going to happen.
You say that you tell me that I have an annoying voice or that I piss you off.
I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. I said that you made me want to vomit.
You see, as a bard, I know what a wall when I see one. It is part of a performer's talent. I know how to build walls and break them, and I sense that you have a lot of shit going on. So I will not take anything personally, as you are not to take anything positive personally and negative personally. Part of, well, a personal set of 4 agreements I live by.
No one gives a flying fuck.
Rice,
Seriously.
Rice laughs so hard and just points at the both of you, and they say, "Yes! Yes! More fun! Hot dog! Hot dog it!"
Did someone say hot dog?
Oh, you weren't there for the fight, so this is great.
Oh, we heard about that.
What?
You're a problem.
What? No.
You're a problem person.
You'll just have to. We'll see who the problem is if you beat me.
I don't give a fuck if we lose or not. I just want, like, I literally don't care.
I can't believe we're doing this. I cannot believe we're
I
doing
can't believe we didn't put up a bigger fight about doing it.
Me neither. What's going on? It must be the mead. Did you have the mead? I had a lot of the mead.
No,
I
but
had
you know-
a lot of the mead.
Oh, did you?
I did.
That actually is going to make you a better singer.
It might. It'll at least get me out there on the stage.
I broke up with Sawyer yesterday. Or he broke up with me, or he left me, or we just agreed to hate each other. So anything is distracting from that is great.
Oh,
Nope. No pity.
I'm sorry.
Just facts.
No.
I just want to be factual about it. It's great now that you know, so there's no more, oh, she's going to fuck him tonight? And can't talk about it anymore. So it's that thing. That's just letting you know.
You feel Ulrich's hands on your shoulders.
Oh, don't you fucking touch me!
Yes!
I throw him
Come
over
on,
my shoulders. Because nobody touched me without my permission.
Roll me 2d6 plus
Yeah,
guts.
fuck this guy. Oh, damn. Plus what?
Your guts.
5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna re-roll it. Fuck this guy.
All right, you have 5
I should've
rerolls.
helped.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, can I help?
Is it too
Bond
late?
help?
It's a little too late.
But thank you. But frick this guy. 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna do one more.
Okay, you have
I
3
wanna
rerolls.
succeed.
Good.
No, it's the same
All right.
thing.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Hot
Sorry.
dice.
Sorry. Ah! 13. Fuck this guy.
And then 13, as
thank
Ulrich puts his hand on your shoulders and starts to say, "Yes, use your feet." And you as he starts to administer a word of encouragement, suddenly you just grapple this large, huge orc man, and with your strength, Hannah, you just throw him across the stage.
You use their momentum to make them go over your butt.
As he crashes against the stage, he kind of creates a little hole at the backstage right. As you see one hand raised and be like, "Just like I said," as Braga, Betty, and Violet start to observe the flock and huge crowd that begins to make their way to the main stage, excited to see a bard off. A bard off is a rare occasion. It is not just a talent competitions of bards. It is a battle of the bards. It is a competition between bards and their bard magic and inspiration. Betty, Braga, and Violet, you find yourself in front of a small wooden table with 5 chairs originally set. Now it will comfortably fit the 3 of you. As you take your places at the judge's table,
Do we have cushions?
there are cushions.
Okay.
I put 2.
Are there more sandwiches for us?
I say roll me
Yikes.
roll me 2d6 plus canny to see if you can sneak some food in here.
Do they have?
But you also have 5 disadvantages on your rolls, and Petty, I'm going to say part of your thing is
Is this
you also have
And
5
Canny's also-
disadvantages
First
on your
roll?
rolls.
Yeah, and yeah, that's my first roll of the whole game today.
Wow.
And my
gotta
candy's a
burn through
negative
this.
1 too, so this is not gonna, there's not going to be sandwiches. So I got news for you.
You got to
Do
at
they-
least burn through the disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a 1. That's my disadvantage and my candy.
Unfortunately, Braga, as you tried to bring in some sandwiches into the main tented stage, the main stage, unfortunately, one of the weregoats smelled some of the sandwiches
That's fair.
and bit them out of your hands, and you took 3 points of damage
Oh!
from a
Ow.
weregoat bite.
What's the
Am
disadvantage
I
from?
now a weregoat?
No.
Okay.
Good. That's a good question. Is there
Fair question.
mead, like advertisement, like on American Idol, like Mustang Meadery in front of them that's like placed?
A banner.
I will say there's banners. Yes, there's banners on the front of the stage highlighting like the local booths and vendors you can attend. You see, yes, the Mustang Meadery, a pair of pears, and other such
A pair
vendors.
of pears. That little girl.
Of course.
Oh no.
That almost died at Violet's ex.
I pushed 2 chairs together and lay down. Get comfortable.
Nice.
I push together just so I can fit on them
Hey, wait.
comfortably.
Hey, Braga. Hey, Violet. Do you think we have to, like, tell them when it's starting? Or who's emceeing this thing? Is it one of us? Is it all of us?
I mean, are we judging and
Is
MC?
emceeing?
Oh.
You see suddenly in
Oh,
a puff
no.
of magical smoke, it is, in fact, Baronin himself asked to MC the bard off as Baronin de Bolbeck stands in this beautiful kind of gold shimmery attire and shoots golden fireworks out of his hands. The crowd erupts in just applause and "That's Baron! I've heard of him!" And you hear like these murmurs of, "Oh, Baron de Bolbeck, the Bolbeck family," as a few people in the crowd know of him.
Are we supposed
Guys,
to know
we-
who these people are?
We know him. No, we've met him before.
No, I mean before this though.
Oh, I
Because
don't
they
know.
all seem to be already. Never
No,
mind.
it's
As you see him magically touch his throat as it begins to magically amplify. Welcome, everyone, to the Palisade Summer Solstice first official Bard Off!
Oh,
Woo, woo.
The crowd roars in laughter.
Yay.
Yes! Violet cheers. As please, contestants, take your place on the stage. as you see Aralel, Ulrich, Rice, and Bard Dave begin to march their way out. Bard Dave being the last in line as he kind of turns to you both from backstage and says, I guess may the best bard win.
We're not bards.
We're not bards.
Okay, well then maybe I'll win. And as he walks off stage.
You should win. You should win, Bard.
No, actually,
you
he
should win.
You shouldn't. We should steal it from him.
I think he, over all these other cuckoo bards.
Just let's be real. We're gonna win.
First off!
Are you kidding?
No,
right
I mean we have to win. We can't do this and make a fool out of ourselves and not win. I didn't want to make a big deal in front of these people, but
you actually want to win this?
I have to.
How? Is there some prize that I don't know about? Why do you? Why?
No, there's no way I'm going to be living in this town and doing this and not winning it.
Wow. Okay.
So just don't fuck it up.
First off, Aralel Galanthinel, please take the stage. Your opponent, Ulrich Heliax, and the power for Orc Throat.
We believe in you both equally. Go get him, guys.
Sure. Orcs and yeah.
Aralel kind of winks at you for a sec, and Ulrich notices.
Ooh.
As they begin the first round of the Bard off, you see Aralel raise her ivory fiddle and kind of adjust it as she raises the bow in the air, flicks it, and then begins to play the fastest fiddle song you've ever heard as this powerful like ivory magic, this white cloud of magic begins to shoot up from her bow, creating these clouds, these storm clouds that then begin to circulate around her as you start to see lightning interact in the clouds. As Ulrich takes a powerful stance and then with one huge breath begins to sing an aria, a very, very beautiful baritone aria, as from his vocal cords you see this kind of these almost magical bluebirds kind of appear from his voice. And as they grow into the air, they go from cute, simple bluebirds into these menacing looking hawks. These big blue hawks. As you see the blue hawks rise in the air, the storm clouds rising in the air as a battle between fiddle and voice continues to take off. Suddenly, the storm erupts. Lightning shoots across the stage, hitting one of the bluebirds. The other eagle soars into the clouds. There is chaos everywhere as just like the music on the stage echoes it as you see Aralel and Ulrich circle each other in dynamic dance.
Well, okay, we're going up against that.
We're gonna win. We have to win. There's no not winning.
Are bards kind of awesome?
They're kind of awesome, but how do we judge this? Just whoever loses, or do we judge?
I'd like to.
No one explained it to
Yeah,
us.
that's a good point.
I'd like to shoot, like a magical dart at.
Are you trying to cheat?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
No, if we're gonna win this, we're gonna win this the honest way. No cheating. All right?
I don't care how I win it. I just care about winning.
No, I'm not cool with that.
So are you gonna help me win or you're not?
Yes, of course I am.
All right, bitch.
I'm thinking about. I have no bard skills, but I do have a deity that I can somehow call upon. I'd like to flavor my divine guidance cantrip. It says when you, I don't even have the whole thing written down. It says when you petition your deity according to the precept of your religion, you are granted some useful new knowledge or boon related to your deity's domain. So maybe I can summon some type of cool, you know how they have those cool birds that turn into hawks and lightning storms on the fiddle thing. Maybe I can do some type of Nurigoth manifestation as I sing and she dances.
Roll me 2d6
Yeah,
plus.
get it.
I'm gonna say heart because this is you grew up with the cult of Nurigoth. You know this very, very well. Calling upon Nurigoth is easy, but I'm gonna say if you are successful, you are gonna take a baggage for it because
that is a good call.
Because yes, you're calling upon a deity that you are not so keen to.
All right. I didn't do great.
You can
I'd love to
reroll.
There
reroll.
are 3 rerolls.
I want to reroll this. I got an 8.
Keep re-rolling.
One more reroll. Come on, Rigoth. Just 7. That's even worse. How many rerolls are there?
I believe you have 1 left.
Do it. 7 is the
Sure.
same as 8. I want to fucking win.
Come on, Narigoth. Come on.
Hey.
I got an 11.
Wonderful.
Dang.
Thank you, Narigoth.
Well, we'll see if it's.
We
I
will-
mean, you'll call on it. But
Thank you to Regoth for the rerolls.
We will hold on to that. So that was an 11?
Yes.
Wonderful. I will remember that. As you two, as Hannah and Dee, you have your side conversations, Betty, Violet, and Braga watch enticingly as the lightning strikes a bird and then a blue hawk proceeds to pierce through a cloud, disseminating it as the kind of the cacophony and the climax of the song reaches its peak when finally in an instant it's over. It seemed to be a very tied and balanced bard off between these two as our good friend, my good drow boy, Baronin floats down from above the catwalk onto the stage again.
Would you
Ladies
say
and
he's too sexy for the catwalk?
perhaps
Or his shirt.
as he puts his hand
Tried.
to
Right
his
now.
throat once again. Ladies, gentlemen, performers, lovers of bards, was that not the most intense battle? And that was only the first match. Now I must hand it to, our very familiar judges. Yes, the famous rap queens. Yes, please decide who was the winner.
Oh.
Oh, Violet, do you
thought-
know what we're supposed to be doing?
I think it's a. I
I
think
guess it's just picking the best person. I
think
mean,
that-
do we pick the best person, or are we gonna pick a person that Hannah and Dee are gonna have to go up against?
So I think birds versus eagles. Was that what it was?
Birds and eagles
Thunderclouds.
versus lightning.
Birds and eagles and then lightning.
I feel like I should abstain from this
I
one.
like birds. I pick birds.
Because one's an orc.
Just
I feel
'cause
like
I
there's
like
a bias there.
No.
Well, it's like I like orcs with bluebirds. I feel like this is way too close to my brand. I'm worried.
Yeah,
So
I don't
we
know.
We shouldn't do the birds.
But I like the. I mean, the thunderclouds were objectively
Rat
better.
queens,
but I
you're going
feel-
to have to make a decision
We're
now, or I
trying right
will
now.
make one for you.
Wait, you'll make one for us?
Oh.
Yes, but it will be for you.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't like
I
how
think
that sounds.
Birds.
Okay, birds.
Birds, and Violet's like, birds. As you said, you've heard it,
I
everyone.
mean, I voted clouds, but they voted birds, so birds won. Okay,
The
fair.
birds have it. Ulrich Heliax, you are advancing to the next round.
Just be clear, I voted clouds. Just I want everyone to know. But I
It's
was
a private
outvoted.
vote.
I was
It's a private vote.
I was outvoted.
Aralel, just kind of, you see her approach the edge of the stage, and with all the grace and confidence of a loser, she bows gently. She kind of makes eye contact with you, Braga, and for a moment you see sad eyes. As she exits her way to the stage, as Ulrich clasps his hands and holds his hands above his head. Next on stage
He hasn't won yet.
is Bard Dave versus Rice. You see as Rice begins to play their enchanted pan flute, similar to what you experienced during the fight, these giant kind of roots begin to emerge through the stage as greenery then surrounds Rice, as Rice begins to dance a bit of a jig while playing their pan flute. The roots then grow into beautiful intertwining trees, whose limbs then begin to make their way towards Bard Dave. Bard Dave stands, holding his lyre, singing the song of the Rat Queens.
No.
When suddenly, Baronin comes down from the stage. Oh! I'm so sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to pause this. I am so sorry. Are you... Bard Dave, are you singing a song about the judges? Because I would say that is influencing the judges. As Bard Dave's face flushes immediately. No, and it's just what I work on. They're really they are the source of my bard inspiration. So that is where my inspiration comes from. As Rice pauses and stares with a wily smile, thinking that they have it in the bag.
He's just trying his best.
Well, judges, I will leave this to you. Do you believe you can make a fair assessment on the two participants on stage?
If I had two for that last round, I think we can do it for this one.
Wonderful. Bard Dave, you may proceed as you see Baronin levitate back up above the stage. Rice shrugs and then begins to playing their pan flute once again, the vines entwining and making their way towards Bard Dave's legs. As you see Bard Dave kind of slowly get himself together, and then with one sharp intake of breath, one powerful release of his hand on his lyre, you almost see like this sound wave of red energy emerge and knock back the vines that were coming towards him. As Bard Dave begins to play the lyre like you have never seen Bard Dave play this lyre before, as his focus solely is not on Rice, is not on the audience, is not on the queens judging him, but solely on himself and his work, as he not only draws inspiration from you, but from himself and the belief that you have shown in him, as these powerful sound waves of red magic then continue to bash the vines back and forth. Rice glares over, maliciously smiles once again, as they then, almost out of nowhere, begin playing a pan flute song like you've never heard. Notes escalating at different tempos, intertwining as the vines grow larger and faster as they begin whipping at Bard Dave's feet, until finally one of the vines grabs him by the ankle, pulls him, and he drops his lyre. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a technical bard knockout! The winner of this competition is... Oh, sorry. Let me readjust my spell.
Someone poisoned Baron!
The winner of this round is Rice, as Rice smiles and does this over-the-top kind of bow and just sickeningly grins at you all and kind of winks at you all as well.
Okay, Rice plays hard. Okay, we got to just make sure.
I can kill him. Kill them.
I mean, maybe not kill him.
Bard Dave.
Maybe not. Okay.
Maybe.
He made our job a lot easier. They should all try to do that.
Yeah.
Bard Dave picks himself up, picks up his lyre, approaches the edge of the stage, and you see, as he bows, he has the biggest smile on his face that you have ever seen. As he kind of smiles at you all, and he smiles knowing that for the first, he did it so well. His only task for the day was to do his very best, and he lived up to those expectations.
Yeah.
As he smiles and bows and walks back to Aveline, who is now kind of standing in the back, watching everything, but slightly begins to warm up as she sees Bard Dave's kind of cheery demeanor after losing this match.
I give him a thumbs up as he walks away.
He acknowledges it and he's like, yeah. And finally, coming up, ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have a tri-bard off.
Oh, God.
Ulrich Heliax, come forth. Ulrich walks forward, his hands in the air, the crowd going wild. Rice, come forward. Rice kind of jauntily comes forward, kind of is like, as they stand on the other side of the stage. Hannah and Dee, come forward.
You can call us Dana.
Dana, come forward as you two make your way on the stage, looking at your opponents as the tri-bard off is about to begin. And that is where we're going to take our intermission. You don't want to miss it. Stick around. We have a few videos, but come back. We have another poll to happen in the intermission. You don't want to miss what happens next. I am so excited to see this. So stay tuned. We'll see you in a few minutes.
All right.
Hello, and welcome to Kolak, America's heart. Life is generally easy in Kolak. The spirit of our small town is built around enjoying life, despite our technological empire. Kolak is like Paris. Art, music, and treasures of life are not just incidental. They are central to the spirit of our little town. This is a special gift for visitors and those who live in our vast green valley. Kolak's natural beauty can be thanked to the peaks that tower over us in our four corners, shielding us from the elements. Spend the day at Crater Lake, fed by the ever-flowing Riley River, America's heart. Enjoy our historic Main Street, or take a tour of our world-famous Shepherd's Winery, my favorite. Kolak prides itself in being a world leader in renewable energy and advanced medicine, all thanks to our most famous attraction, Synchroneity Tech. Many new families find their home in Kolak. Brought in to fill one of the country's most exciting genetic research facilities, many open roles. Science is at the very soul of Kolak, unlike anywhere else in the world. Gated by nature itself. You found yourself back at the start.
This is not a new story. This is merely another chapter of an endless strife. A tale of blood that's been spilling for millennia. In a fringe galactic arm, centuries-long warp storms cease, making its resource-rich planets traversable again and ripe for conquest. The Imperium of Man launch a crusade to reclaim old human colonies established before the storms began. The ruinous powers, knowing of the weakened warp, flood the quadrant, seeking to plague every corner with chaos. The Tau and the Eldari form a temporary alliance to rid the Imperium and the ruinous powers from the untainted galaxy. And the orcs, drawn to the smell of blood and riches, seek glory through the crucible of battle. The race to control the system begins. This is not a new story, but it is our story. Welcome to the grim, dark dawn.
Back, everyone, to the second part of episode 5 of the official Rat Queens RPG. That's right, we're about to kick this bard off, this tri-bard off once more. But before we do, just a quick reminder that you can be a part of this story. We're going to have another poll starting very, very soon. I'm very excited to see what you pick. Likewise, thank you for picking the bard off in the first choice. Very, very fun. And the way you can influence the show, of course, is by going to oneshot.straylogic.com. This channel succeeds and thrives based off of your generous contributions, not only to stories, but to us creating art with you. So if you do hashtag reroll for $25, you get to give us a reroll. Business is about to get crazy. I want to curse. I want to curse. This is about to get crazy.
I'll curse for you. This shit about to get fucking wild. I don't know why.
We may need those re-rolls if you feel, and like I said earlier, as an audience, you can build towards re-rolls together because that's how we change the world, by working together.
Reroll the whole world.
Re-roll the whole world.
New presidency.
And then at $50, you can give each of our characters a baggage with their hashtag name, hashtag Hannah, hashtag Betty, hashtag Braga, hashtag D. We are at 6 baggage right
dear.
now, 1 away from a tension move. So if you feel like, if you like accelerating that, feel free to add attention. At $75, we have hashtag combo. I loved the combo you gave earlier, and we've seen how it's played out in a non-traditional fight sense. So if you would like to build to other combos, please feel free to do that as well. And then finally, at $100, we have an NPC. You get to build and create a character in the Rat Queens universe. Likewise, if you like these dice trays, you can visit the was it? The worldbuildersmarket.com/collection/rat queens. These are the official Rat Queens dice trays. And of course, our dice towers are from Elderwood Academy. Thank you so much. And
I
thank
got
you
my
all.
shirt at World Builders Market.
Yes, the
Yes,
cute
the,
Rat Queens D20 shirt.
I like a good baseball tee.
And now, we continue our story. As Ulrich Rice and Hannah and Dee, take the main stage under the blue curtain canopy, the audience hushes to a quiet. What? I thought they were judges. I thought they were judging the competition. Why are they performing?
Silence.
Who knows? What? As a member of the crowd kind of, I think she could hear us. Okay, well, then
You're whispering really loud.
we should stop talking.
Why is this crowd so literal in how they talk?
Yeah.
As you see, almost in almost a standoff, a bard off of sorts, Rice sharply inhales and raises their pan flute.
Rices their
Rises their pan flute to their lips. Ulrich takes a mighty stance as you see his diaphragm widen as he intakes a sharp breath. Hannah and Dee, how do you prepare? What is your first move in this bard off?
I go to my knees, and by the way, I'm barefoot at the moment. And
Me too.
I'm
Barefoot.
eyes closed. We scrambled in the back to like swap pieces so that we're like looking purple and red together.
So who has which piece?
So I gave you my red jacket.
And I gave you my red hip sashes that go straight down in our flowy.
Yes. And I have like a purple thing, like a
Did I say
sash.
red or
You said
purple?
You said
That's what
red.
you meant,
meant
right?
Purple. I meant
hip,
purple.
yeah.
My
I just
purple
wanted-
sashes. Yes.
I wanted to
thank
guess you. I take the purple sashes on on my skirt. So it's
And maybe I'll give you some armbands too that have some purple and gold on them.
Ooh.
So you have some on top. some on
Actually,
bottom.
I took off my red skirt and I'm wearing my underwear and your flowy things.
And I'm wearing your red skirt.
Yes. We're looking really good.
You are matching incredibly.
We probably look like gypsies. A
Oh,
little bit.
which
Just
is
like-
on brand for dancing like I do.
maybe we have some like face. You know what? Yeah, we're wearing some like face veils. I'm wearing red, purple. You're wearing a red face veils.
Yes. Excellent.
As you see a few.
And we're looking at each other like this. We'll keep going. There's a lot to describe. We're looking at each other like this, mysteriously.
And we like circle each other.
Yep. They're getting real scared. We look really intimidating.
And as we do that, red and purple smoke intertwine around us.
Is this from your spells?
Sure.
Roll me 2d6
Oh,
plus skill.
Look.
As some parents in the crowd notice your attire, and one exclaims, "I thought this was a family event," as they pick up their child.
Body positive.
I'm not naked. Free the nipple, you know?
Exactly.
But I'm not even showing my nipple. How many rolls do we have?
None.
That was a really bad roll.
okay.
What was
It's a fail. It's a 3.
Ooh.
With the 3, Hannah, as you attempt to start some kind of magic, some cool smoke, and instead, you're not thinking smoke, you're thinking something along the lines of fireworks, as you suddenly send 2 beams of red and purple magic straight into the audience, as they both hit a pillar, and it kind of rattles the performance area for a moment as gasps and nervous murmurs.
I spent
all over
hours
the crowds.
building this.
Ah.
By hand, don't do that.
Well, they're really bad, huh?
It was on
I
purpose.
mean, we think they would be.
I don't
On
know.
purpose. I am saying that out loud. On purpose.
And within an instant, the bard off begins. Ulrich begins a different kind of baritone, mournful aria as the blue birds that he once conjured with his bardic magic now appear more gray and black in nature. As his song continues, they grow larger and larger, no longer taking the forms of eagles, but instead taking the forms of vultures.
Ooh.
As Rice raises their pan flute to their lips, smiles, and says, "This is going to be easy," as they begin to play a pan flute song that begins to summon not the similar roots that you've seen earlier, but instead are now kind of windy cacti as they begin to grow upon the stage.
What a prick, am I right?
Baronin sends from the stage and says, "Oh, we see that they are truly bringing it all out in this tribe. Bard off." Hannah and Dee, not only because you rolled so successfully with channeling Nariga, but also because this is a combo move and does guarantee an auto success. The first half of your performance is flawless. Describe to me your song and your dance.
Well, first of all, this is called the Danrigoth.
The Evokar.
Yes, that.
Danrigoth Evokar. Where we have both summoned each other's magical beings. So I went inward for a moment and got my demon's attention and said, "Listen, I just need your help. Just a little bit. I just need you to show up for me this one time."
Roll me 2d6 was hard.
It's an automatic success.
But how well, I will say that the performance is an automatic success. How well
Getting
are you
your
able to connect
demon?
with your demon?
Is this going to mess up our auto success?
Remember
It
last
won't,
time,
but we'll
Hannah.
see.
Okay.
All right. What plus art? Minus 110.
Okay, wow.
Your kind of inner demon.
Listen, you always ask me to do things for you. I just need you to help me. I gotta win this. Don't look at me like that. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. I'm gonna start dancing.
What is
Hey,
she doing?
This is you.
It's
you
on
want,
purpose.
You're the reason I'm not a bard. You're the reason I'm not a bard. So there you go.
This is some like conceptual stuff. I don't really understand.
On purpose.
Watch this.
Ah!
As your demon begins to overtake you, but you are able to control it.
So I'm
And-
able.
and-
I feel like yeah.
And as part of this, your demon manifests and
Yes.
is visible now?
Yeah, well, like it's in smoky. Like
Okay.
it can
Oh, that's
create
super cool.
Yes, it can create the shapes that we want with what we're talking about and stuff.
For the Narigoth part of this, Danrigoth,
Danrigoth Evokar.
you can see a smaller version of one of these squiddies from the battle, which is probably not the best imagery for this
so
crowd.
with that, you are bringing the symbolism of Narigoth to the people of Palisades who just less than a year and a half ago dealt with the horrors of Narigoth emerging from the sky.
I'm controlling it.
Because of this,
no.
the audience is immediately silent. Ulrich
Oh my god.
and Rice, focused on their own songs, their own melodies, pause. As for a moment, everyone watching the bard off at the Palisade Summer Solstice feels terror for the first time in a long time.
Go get him, guys! You can do it!
I am perceptive enough and aware enough that the mood has changed. So I summon my demon to make it look like we're storytelling and kill the tentacles.
Yeah, that's right.
So the
So
goal is to look at the Rat Queens, we did this, and you're singing about it at that time.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, look at the Narigoth in the sky. Look at us. Now the monster dies.
Suddenly, Hannah, your demon in smoke kind of becomes this almost like this smoke puppet as it begins to fight this Narigoth symbol. The crowd goes from silent to buck wild as they're like, "Yes, kill the thing in the sky again!"
Yay!
We're the best
as
around.
Ulrich and Rice, suddenly terrified and unbeknownst to your own skill, clearly underestimating the both of you, take a step back, reestablish their own stances, and begin to continue with their own bardic songs.
And as they begin to continue now, we've gotten a little big for our britches, and we start like coming into their areas, and smoke envelops them so they can't see their moves, and like the things that attacked the Narigoths are attacking like their things. Like
Suddenly, there a chaos erupts on stage as Dee and Hannah break barred boundaries and walking in between Rice and Ulrich as you see a chaos of cacti, vultures, and now demons and squids interlocking and interchanging as the music went from once harmonious to now destructive and chaotic.
Yeah.
Amidst the chaos, you see Rice's face just scowl over as they become more angry than they have ever become in their life. Rice attempts to throw a kick at you. Hannah, what do you do?
they kick at me.
They kick at you.
I use it as like a dance move, and so like I mirror their kick and swoop around and side swoop them so that they fall.
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
All right.
Get it.
Okay, I'll do that. Plus canny. 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right, so I will say with a 9, you are able to kind of
Get a +1 because my demon's involved.
no.
Okay. Just gotta
You
check.
get a plus. With a 9, you are able to dodge the way Rice's leg does not hit you, but unfortunately, you are not able to throw them off balance. As Ulrich suddenly, between all the smoke, Dee, you find yourself immediately face to face with Ulrich as he inhales a sharp breath and tries to sing you off the stage with the power of his voice. What do you do?
Ooh, I would like to square myself off and just like root myself, calling upon this Nrigoth tentacliness to hopefully give me some tentacle limb power.
Suction
Limb power.
Yes.
Great. Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
for limb power.
Guts is no good.
Betty and Braga, and Violet as well. How are you feeling about all of this?
This is a great show. These guys
Yeah,
are doing
so
real
awesome.
good.
So much fun.
I'm very surprised about how good they're doing, actually. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, don't let her hear you say that.
There is one reroll.
Do it.
Yep, that's
I
gonna
still
happen.
don't regret the ones I've used.
Slightly better, but
Ah.
not good. That one's a 5.
That's bad.
As an outsider to the
No
Raccoon
more
at the time,
rerolls?
this does
No
feel
more
Do I get
rerolls.
to assist her just in the fact that we are working together? Like it's just like an automatic?
Unfortunately not, because while Rice was holding your attention, Ulrich was now playing Bard dirty and trying to knock you off the stage. And unfortunately, yes, with a 5, Dee, you are not able to hold your stance as you go you were suddenly knocked backwards and slide into the backstage area of the stage. Hannah, you start to feel kind of the power of your magic combined begin to lessen as the demon and the Nrigoth begin to become smaller and shrink on stage as the vultures and cacti grow larger.
No. Come on. You can do it, Hannah.
All by myself?
It's just a contest. Like, don't kill them or, guys.
Yeah, don't kill anyone. Just don't kill anyone.
All right, I go to the center of the stage, and I turn myself into like one of those modern dance balls, like
Modern dance ball.
like, and I stay there for like an unnerving, unsettling amount of time, just like balled up, and really, what might look artistic, I'm going, fuck. So then, as I absorb all this magic energy, I shoot it out, like full, like spread eagle, and then fall into the audience, like crowd surfing.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Oof. Oof, 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 oof.
I would try to help, but I'm scared of
I
my
got
rolls.
it. I got it. Plus what? Skill?
Skill.
9.
With a 9, you are able to tuck yourself, Hannah, as you become a tiny little ball. And then as you kind of explode out your demon smoke, you see this grin emerge on this demon smoke behind you as it pushes away the cacti and the vultures as Ulrich and Rice are knocked off their feet. But unfortunately, Hannah, you did not notice that nobody in the crowd is really standing. and in fact, the closest thing towards the edge of the stage is the judges' table. As you then, in full pride and full confidence, throw yourself into the audience, awaiting them to catch you. As unfortunately, you slam right down onto Betty, Violet, and Braga's
I try to
judging
catch her.
table.
Can I roll to try to catch her?
Sure, roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Don't forget
You do have
that I am
disadvantage.
hungover.
Yeah, you still have disadvantage.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
much better than just straight out falling. I appreciate your help.
Okay, so that is a 7 plus 2, which is a 9 minus 1, so it's an 8.
So yes, with an 8,
Ugh.
yes, you are able to kind of soften the blow of Hannah falling on this table. But unfortunately, Hannah, you just kind of, because you're wearing much more of a revealing attire, you ultimately belly flop. Your stomach hits this table very hard for 6 points of damage.
6 points! Is there
Dang.
visible damage, or
You
is
just
it
have a very red
internal?
mark.
I've just done an organ is bleeding.
Oh, Hannah, not again.
Listen, bitch.
Hey,
I got bit by a goat. If it makes you feel better.
I'm just
where
sitting
go?
here.
Where goat?
Baron-
Out there.
Oh, where go?
Yeah, out there, goat.
There go?
And out there goat. Where goat?
In the petting zoo.
Where
goat?
goat?
Here go?
Bernion then, as the Baronon then descends from the catwalk above. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unlike any bard off we've ever seen. Who will win? Who will lose? Judges, it is time to make your
What?
final decision.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I
Oh,
feel
we were
like
hoping you were going to knock them out of the competition.
I
so we
feel
wouldn't
like they
have to
both
choose.
they fell to got the stage, so they probably it's out.
Guys,
And then what about the other two? How about Rice or?
I'm standing right there, so I'm like, vote us.
No, you didn't.
That's
We
not
have
how
to
that
be. We
works.
have to be fair.
Violet, what do you think?
I stand on the
Yeah,
table
Violet.
and I go, rat queens, rat queens, rat queens, rat queens.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
God damn it.
So
Meanwhile,
does it
I'm
get
crawling out
sassy?
from backstage and just sitting on the stage watching this all. Wonder how this is going to work out.
8. Is there any rerolls?
No.
8.
So with an 8, you get like half of the crowd going. There's a good amount of the crowd who's like, rat queens, rat queens. But as soon as they notice that nobody else really is chiming in, it begins to dissipate as Bard Dave
It's too
comes
real.
and sits next to you, D. It's kind of like, hey, D, you should get back out there. You're still in the competition.
How?
You can just get on your feet and get back out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get back on my
You
feet.
got this.
I thought I was out.
No.
Okay.
They just physically moved you across the stage. You're not out of a bard off until you're like incapacitated because it was
Okay.
Your teammate's still out there. Well, wait, did Hannah jump off the stage as he peeks around the curtain?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys might be kind of knocked
Here's
out.
how we decided. First one back to the stage wins the competition. Because
There-
everybody's off stage right now, right? Because Rice and
No.
Ulrich are not-
No, Rice and
They're on
Ulrich
the
are
stage.
still
Oh, I thought,
on the
I thought that
edges.
she knocked them off with the. Okay, never mind.
I knocked their
vines.
their vines in
and
there.
such.
Good
Gotcha.
thought
So I
though.
feel like
But I'm still in it.
Rice is kind
Am I
of a
still in
jerk,
it?
but he did a good job. But
They.
they did kind of a good job. But then Orlick was like I don't know, he did a good job too. But I don't think
fine.
Hannah's gonna
Seriously?
work out.
Violet, what do you think?
Listen, it looks like really much more of a tie than anything. If Rice and Ulrich are the last two standing.
It's true.
I stand up.
Oh, and we got D standing. So
I'm standing.
I'd like
I
to
stand
You're
on
on
the
the
table.
table.
I'd like to try one more time to do one more move. And what I'd like for to happen is a lot of little baby squids populate the stage and overrun the vines and the
vultures.
The vultures.
So the cacti and the vultures.
Yes, and like reach up with their tentacles and grab the vultures and then overrun the vines, cactus vines.
Only 2d6 plus skill.
Skill. What about her?
Competition's still going.
I'm gonna say because you're trying to summon, you're really trying to channel this specific imagery.
Okay. I'm terrible today. Oh, it's +1.
Yes.
6.
Fortunately, that does constitute as a fail. So D, as you try to create these charming, cute
Eh?
baby squids, Instead,
No.
the figures that form are large,
Oh.
grisly
Ow.
tentacles that once again invoke the crowd
Oh no.
of the horrors of Nariga.
Dee, stop using your tentacle.
As Rice and
wanna
Ulrich
fight them,
stand
but I
in
might hurt
horror
someone.
as these tentacles then begin to grab at their bard summoned magical forms.
Okay.
They start to hesitate and look at the area of the they look in the direction of the judges. They look in the direction of the crowds. Bernian descends once again and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I believe this is unfortunately unlike anything we've ever seen.
In like a good way?
It's a tie!" As he quickly announces. As you notice, Betty, you do notice this. Off to stage right, you see Aveline, the figure of Aveline, who you have not noticed standing there until now, giving this signal to Bernian. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to the Bard Off. I am just getting a psychic magical reading that we will in fact pick up with the final competition later tonight at the festival. So if you would all please go enjoy yourself. Mustang Meadery, refreshments. I believe that the feats of strength is about to commence, so please enjoy yourselves. Have a good time. We will announce later Bard information at later tonight as you see him poof into smoke as the crowd of people begin to rise out of their seats, seemingly somewhat calmed by all this, and start to leave.
I yell after them and say, "We saved this town. We're the reason this town is alive. The reason you're celebrating today is because we did this. We won."
It's okay, Hannah. Everyone's leaving.
Yeah, it's fine.
Listen, maybe this is for the best. I mean, Dee, I thought you did really well. It just was maybe this is not the right time for that imagery.
You guys really are like not bards.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you did put 2 non-bards into a bard off,
Yeah.
so it's kind of
What are
half
the-
on you a little
I
bit.
did. I'm Violet.
Oh, sorry.
Bernian
thought you were
descends,
Aveline.
and it's
Sorry.
like Bernian descends, remarking at everything. Listen, so this wasn't my call. This was Aveline's call, and it's not really because of what happened on the stage. Maybe it was a little bit of what happened on the stage, but she needs to talk to you all immediately.
Sounds about right.
So I will see you all later. I'm gonna go find myself some of that mead. Bards, Erlel, Ulrich, Rice, Dave, you killed it. As you see him poof and kind of hover over to the crowd, the remaining bards who are standing now kind of back left stage. Erlel, slightly terrified, kind of eyeing the group, the Rat Queens, as Ulrich and Rice kind of collect themselves, and Bard Dave gives you a tiny like, thumbs up. Yeah.
Thanks, Bard Dave.
As Erlel approaches you, but Betty, before you walk on stage, there is something that catches your eye. Just right before you climb up, you suddenly see on the ground several shadows slithering across the ground. They don't appear to be connected to any flying being or magical individual around you. You just see these swimming black shadows slither near your feet and in an instant disappear.
Hey guys, don't get on stage. There's something weird happening.
What? No, I have to tell you something.
There's a. Wait, did anyone see those little shadows? There were little shadows going around on the stage.
What? Little
Are
shadows?
you drunk still?
I'm not.
Did you take any of your mushrooms?
No, forgot them.
Okay, then I trust her.
Aveline, what is it? Does it do the shadows?
What shadow? I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, there's a bit of a situation. I know I invited you here as VIPs. But I do need the Rat Queen's strength and ability to handle situations.
I thought.
As long as we're not in the situation, I think we're good.
Yeah, I thought we were the situation.
Misread
I
what
mean-
this was about.
Do it. What am I hitting?
I mean, we can talk about the bard off at a later
Let's
time.
not. What am I
Why?
hitting? I think what's in the past is in the past. What am I hitting?
Well, oh, right. I don't really know what's going on. But from what Grants has communicated with me, something appears to be in the VIP tent. Something appears to have snuck in.
You mean hoity-toity wood elves?
No, I believe that they were in the VIP tent, but I saw them retreat back to their caravan cabin.
Oh, I was hoping to get to hit
If
them.
not, but right as the bard off started, perhaps they needed more quiet in their caravan, and perhaps my VIP tent isn't to their liking, but I can't worry about that right now because I don't sense it because I am not magically inclined, but he does say that, well, I don't know, I was hoping you could possibly just look into it. Perhaps it's just a were-goat or a were-pony that has wandered in there, I'm hoping.
Well, that goat and I have some unfinished business, so I'm happy to check that out.
I want to see a were-pony.
It's a really weird call to get were animals.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was the petting company. It was the petting animal company that we contacted. I thought, why not? Ponies, regular ponies, goats, and rabbits are few and far between. They're easy to come by. Why not? Really, Solstice, magic. Let's fall into the magical theme. Were ponies, were goats, were bunnies. I tried to get were cats and they did not cooperate. But please come. If you may, I must go attend to the. I must go. Well, I should say, distract the other VIP guests from re-entering the tent until we know what is inside. So
Got this.
we can talk about the bard off later.
No.
I think
Okay,
there
we
will
don't-
be
I
a.
think we're good.
No, I
Yeah.
think actually if we do this for you, maybe we can never talk about the bard off again.
Sure.
I think that sounds right.
All right.
Yeah, that would be great.
You're
Sounds-
a really
sounds-
good dancer, Hannah.
Shut up.
Sounds good. All right. I will leave you to it. Good luck. I hope. I don't think it's anything bad. Hopefully not. There is magical security here. I do believe. So yes. All right. As she
All
frantically hurries off towards like where the area that she gestured earlier, kind of the more VIP booths. As you see her constantly looking over her shoulder at you all, as you eye the VIP tent.
Are we sure she's not playing the long con and trying to like lure us into this VIP tent and wanting to kill us? Because she's really tripping me out. Like, I'm gonna go over here while you go into the dangerous tent. You guys seem to
Well,
think
she wouldn't go in the tent. She's Arla. She's
Yeah.
not
She's
Arla.
busy.
Evelyn.
I believe.
I know what
A's.
you have on the mind.
There's a lot of A's here. That's all. That's all it is.
And I think
Alliteration.
we should help her because she's our friend now.
Isn't it convenient that she's walking away? Now's the time to get rid of the rat queens. We have all 5 here. We'll
yeah.
put them into this magical tent. I sniff a rat.
Look,
That
we let
isn't
you
us.
we let you have your dance. Now I want to hit something.
I didn't
Is
want to do
Evelyn-
that.
Is Evelyn still in sight?
She is kind of pretty. She has blended into she's kind of mingled into the crowd as she has made her way to do essentially crowd control.
Well, guys,
Might be too late for this, but can I just do a check to see if she's hiding something?
Yeah.
Sure, I can say you can do like, you kind of.
What I forget which one.
That's,
Yeah,
I
it's
would
get
say
personal.
let's get personal.
Get
so
personal, yeah.
it's 2d6 plus your heart.
How hard you say?
Mhm.
10.
Yay.
So you can ask me any
Three
of those 3
questions.
questions.
All right. Is this person bullshitting me?
No, she honestly does not know what's going on.
All right.
Okay.
You want to
Alright.
ask 2 more
yeah,
questions?
you got
Yeah.
2 more.
Oh, I get 2
Yeah, you
more?
get 2
Oh,
more.
beautiful. What are you actually thinking? What is she actually thinking?
She is actually thinking as she hurries off, I do hope the council invested in magical security. I do hope the council invested in magical security.
snaps.
I do hope the council invested in magical security.
Okay, so she's not sure about that. And then third question is, how could we get
Ooh.
Aveline to, I don't know, how could we get Aveline to give us always VIP status.
Well, or I offer this.
Yes. This is not really Dee's domain.
No, it's okay.
This is
Have
a
a
Hannah thing.
backbone for herself.
Oh yeah,
To
I
believe
love
in
that.
herself.
Yeah.
How do we get Aveline to have more of a backbone and believe in herself?
You know what I think probably happened? I bet you the council didn't invest in magical security because they want this festival to fail. So we need to do whatever we can to make sure this festival succeeds.
Dun dun dun.
The way Aveline could build a backbone is not only by observing the way all the 5 of you support each other and work together and be as a family, but also seeing the strength and the confidence in herself that no matter how hard it is, that she can stand up to those who put her down and know that that is the best choice above all.
Yeah.
And that regardless of how hurt her feelings are in that moment and how scary it is, that it is always the best choice because it is being true to who she is.
All right,
All right, now I have chills, but Hannah doesn't know.
all right. Braga, you are right on. It's possible there's no magic security.
Yeah, I think that might be the case.
I think, you know what? We all understand that Aveline should have more confidence, and she has some really crappy people bringing her down all the time. Let's show her how to be confident.
I agree.
Yeah.
We're going to go to that VIP tent and root out whatever is in there, and we're going to make sure that this committee doesn't bring down this festival that
Yeah.
Aveline worked so hard to put on.
You know what we need to do? Too? We need to rally the actual town of Palisades around Abilene because the citizens here are having a great time at this festival.
Yeah.
So we need to be inspiring, we need to be awesome, and we need to get them to support her too.
And make sure they know that she did this, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing before we keep going. There were definitely shadows on the stage, so there's something magical happening here, and it might be what's going on in the tent, but I just saw it a second
Can
ago.
someone check for that?
Sure. Can I
Check magic?
the
Who would
area?
like to? Can
I mean, I guess
I would say if someone wants to roll a get situated roll, it's a 2d6 plus canny.
Who has canny good?
who has good canny? Canny good.
I
do not.
I have
good
+1.
canny.
Not me.
I'll do it. I
All right,
saw it. I'll
there
do
you
it.
go. Yeah. That's our
I
canny
still have
girl.
disadvantage.
Woo!
11,
my God.
12, 13 minus 1 is still 12.
Whoa!
A
You're
12.
super canny.
She's super.
Wonderful. You can ask me 3 questions.
Okay. This is yep.
Get situated.
What's going on here that isn't obvious to me?
What you didn't see is that while the shadows kind of slithered and weaved on the ground away, you then realized the direction that they were headed was in fact the VIP tent.
Okay. And then what's the best way to keep the situation from getting worse?
Going to the VIP tent. Ask me one more question.
Okay. And
Can she make up her own question?
how
You can make it. I say yeah. You can kind
Like, what is this?
play with these questions.
Can I identify what the could I identify what the squiggles belong to? Who's controlling them?
I will say that they definitely seem to be some kind of magic. They are not acting on their. It is not kind of demons or it's not kind of forest dwelling shades that are acting on their own in this festival. Someone is controlling them.
All right, guys. I think someone's out here to. You're right. I think someone's out here to sabotage this event, and I think the VIP tent is the way to go about fixing this problem. So get ready.
We know that Saralai, elf lady, has very powerful at magic. Kind of a bitch.
Oh, I didn't meet those losers either.
Yeah.
Violet
the
did.
committee is full of a lot of magical, strong people. I wonder if we could bring a magical person to help us. Oh wait, you guys are magical.
Have you forgotten?
Kind of. You just had some real bad belly dancing stuff happen, so you know.
Bad bull. What?
The belly dancing was great. The stuff that happened around it was not great.
Carterized cattails. You are the worst. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, let's do this.
As you make your way to the VIP tent, it is hauntingly silent and still. As the rest of the Palisade Summer Solstice Festival roars in delight and enjoyment behind you from various vendors' stalls, the feats of strength now beginning as jousting and fighting commences in the ring.
You would win it all, Braga.
Thank you. That's why they didn't have me join.
Yeah.
You approach the door, or the the entrance to the VIP tent.
The one that looks very humble, but it's
Mhm.
enchanted.
And as you enter through, it is still the enchanted VIP tent that you did see earlier. However, some of the tables are knocked over, the food now on the ground, the fireplace extinguished, as you suddenly
murder.
see
Now they've gone too far.
five shrouded figures standing with their backs to you in this tent. You see that they are each wearing these hats, these long black-brimmed hats, and you see from the edge of their faces they wear kerchiefs, almost resembling that of highway people, as they cover their faces. They then begin to turn and charge. Violet, the closest to you, withdraws 2 black daggers and begins to charge. Betty, in an instant, you feel a figure appear in your periphery as it grabs you from behind. What do you want to do?
I want to quickly grab one of my blinding mushrooms from my pouch, and I throw it behind me where I think the eyes are.
Great, roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Still have 4 disadvantage.
Oh my god. Still
Oh
4?
no! Do we have any rolls?
No. Oh, we have 1.
I have to use
yes,
it. That was a
absolutely.
3.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, this is plus what?
Plus your skill.
Skill.
That's
Oh,
truly a bad roll.
this is not going to go well.
Still not good.
That's 7 minus 2, so that's 5.
Unfortunately, with a 5, you do throw the mushroom, but for some reason, the figure is not affected by it. It simply stands there, still clutching you, as the sleep powder, brushes across where its eyes should be.
Oh.
D! Suddenly, you quickly feel something fly right beside your face as a highway person points a black crossbow directly aimed at your forehead. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna dodge and try to pull my weapon out at the same time.
Great, roll me 2d6 plus canny.
Spooky. Oh, 5.
Unfortunately, so you wanted to dodge out of the way.
Dodge and pull out my scimitar.
Unfortunately, as you try to dodge, you end up tripping over your own 2 feet as then the highway person shoots a crossbow bolt directly at your ankle and it pierces you for 3 points of damage.
Ow.
Hannah, the ground shakes beneath you as you see a large black iron mace being dragged as a lumbering large highway person is headed in your direction. What do you want to do?
Really? This is your shtick? This is what you guys do?
It keeps walking towards you.
Yeah, I'd like to sense where their magic is coming from.
Okay, I'm gonna say roll me 2d6 plus, let's say skill, because magic is a skill.
That I don't have. 9.
9. You do sense that all 5 of these beings are connected by magic. However, you cannot sense where it is coming from. And unfortunately, with a 9, as it begins to swing its mace directly at you, it clips you in the shoulder for 2 points of damage.
Cool.
And finally, Braga, glancing back and forth at you, you notice one highway person positioned right in the corner of your eye. It withdraws a broadsword and begins to rush.
Okay, I'm gonna get stabby, and I'm just gonna swing right at it, both hands with my axe, and just go for it.
Great.
I'm basically going right for its head.
2d6 plus
around.
guts.
All right, so that is 5 plus 2 minus 1, so that's gonna be a 6.
With a 6, you try and swing out of the way, but for some reason, this highway person is a little too swift as they take their broadsword and simply pierce into your armor for only 1 point of damage.
All right, I'll deal
Was
with
that what? How many rolls do you have left?
I have 2 more.
At disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah.
As Violet begins to, in a strength contest against the highway person that has challenged her, she yells to you all, "What the hell is happening here?"
If we knew that, this wouldn't be happening.
She pushes it off.
Guys, let's get their stupid masks off. I bet we can figure out who these people are.
Who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
You all each have a highway person variously attacking you. D, the highway person with the crossbow, lines up another shot at you as they continue to approach. What would you like to do?
I would like to. I wish I had something to boost everyone. Whew, magic weapon, but like, can I give everyone magic weapon?
I don't think so.
That's a big yeah. If I was more than 3rd level, maybe someday. Can I do a spell and an action after?
So you can only do one.
Okay. I would like to. I want to see what the nature of these things is, because it feels like maybe they're not corporeal.
Great.
So our
Roll
weapons might not work on them.
Roll 2d6 plus canny.
Okay. And I'd like to do this by using my scimitar to try to like sweep the leg kind of one of them and see if it goes through.
I see it, yeah.
Experimental swing.
Those of what was it?
Canny.
Canny.
Is that a dance move that you know?
That was a 10. A nat 10.
A nat 10. With a nat 10, yes, you are able to sweep at the legs of the crossbowed highway person. And you notice as your scimitar cuts through, I'm going to combine guts and you're getting situated roll into one, being a success. You notice that as your scimitar slices through the legs of this highway person, suddenly canvas and fluff emerges from the sliced legs of this highway person.
They're enchanted. They're enchanted. Do some magic thing. They're enchanted. They're just puppets. They're fluff on the inside.
Oh, set him on fire or whatever.
Oh, we've had a lot of fire.
Oh God.
Betty, you are still in a contest with this highway
right,
person as their grip becomes starts to kind of choke you.
I reach down my other boot, grab my dagger, attempt to slice so the stuffing comes out.
Great, roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Come on, slicey, stabby. That's
We have one reroll.
That's a 7 plus was it skill?
Get savvy is guts.
Gut. Sorry, it's a 0. So it's 4. How many rolls? One roll.
1.
Is it a fail or is it a success?
Was it a 7 or a 4? What happened?
Sorry, it's a 4, 5, 6, 7 minus 1. So
Reroll it.
6. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a failure.
Okay.
Oh,
It was a fail either way.
Yeah, so fail.
Betty, as you try to grab the dagger in your left boot, the highway figure continues to constrict you, crushing your lungs for 1 point of damage as you feel the breath begin to slowly, being hard to breathe.
Oh no.
Braga.
I'm gonna actually do a get situated roll.
All right.
Because I have a function that I have a move that I can do differently than what's on this list. If
Got
it
it, yeah.
succeeds, yeah.
Only 2d6 plus canny.
Twist the top off.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Nope, that's not gonna work. Because that's gonna be that's a 3.
Oh
so
my
that's a
gosh.
5 minus 1 for my minus 1 candy and minus 1 for my hungover. So
Oh.
I don't do
Jeez.
anything. I am not situated.
Yeah, suddenly, as this highway person kind of comes towards you, you are suddenly kind of thrown off by the immediate stuffing and canvas that you see explode from the legs of the highway person that is attacking D, and you are not able to get situated in your situation.
Is bad.
Violet continues to strength contest the highway person as she swings her axe, clipping one of the shoulders of the dual-wielding highway person as you see more fluff and canvas start to escape, along with a little bit of black and purple energy. Hannah, what would you like to do?
I'd like to do another detect magic, essentially.
Okay.
So I could at least find out the source now that we know that they're being.
Yes. Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
8. Same exact.
8.
Is,
So you can ask
what's the roll?
Canny.
Rerolls.
Oh, rerolls 2.
It's okay, I can ask one question.
You can ask one question.
Where is the source of this magic?
It is not in this space.
Okay.
Fuck. We need to set this thing on fire.
I'd like to try something.
Okay.
I hear that. Let me try something. I imagine I still have her red skirt on.
Yes.
I'd like to rip it and run around, try to
Lasso.
lasso 2 of the things together.
Great.
My clothes?
Yeah.
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
I'm not okay with this. Oh, I look like a seamstress?
I got 11.
Yay!
So yes,
I'm nat 11.
with that quickness, you brave through your piercing kind of ankle wound as you take your Hannah's skirt and then wrap not only what is the other highway person you're wrapping? Who is it attacking?
So the one closest to me, and then whichever one is closest. I'm not sure.
I'll say that Braga's is closest to you. So you wrap the highway person with the crossbow and the highway person with the broadsword as they are now kind of intertwined together when suddenly, entering into the tent, you see a small gnome raider with 2 others flanking at his side. He laughs menacingly. Palisades, I have you! What the? And as he notices the fight that's already happening in the VIP tent, he believed that this VIP tent was supposed to be empty. Hey, boss, what the heck is going on here? I thought you said this place was going to be empty and ready for the seconds. Listen, we got this. We just gotta take them all out! As Sven Van Svensson, leader of the Gnome Raiders, begins to jump into your battle as well, because that is also your tension moment. So now you are not only fighting 3 remaining highway person, 2 which are tied up. Now you are fighting also 3 gnomes.
I'd like to summon a magical light rope and just ring them all together and hang them up in the center of
The gnomes?
Uh-huh.
Great. Roll me 2d6 plus, I say canny, because that's quick thinking.
You bet it is.
You do have 2 rerolls.
So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do we just want to get these fuckers out of the way?
Maybe. Yeah.
So how many rerolls?
2.
It's really chance and fate, you guys. Should I just do it?
Sure, yeah.
I think, yeah.
Succeed.
We're the Rat Queens.
We're the
Yeah.
Rat Queens! Yay! 11! Woo!
With an 11, yes, you quickly, with a flip of your finger, a magical golden rope, a lasso appears as it wraps around Sven Van Svensson and his 2 lackeys as you kind of hog tie them but hang them from the pole, like kind of the tent pole of the tent.
And I look
And
at
now
Hannah.
And now they can only tell the truth.
I look at Dee and I'm like, you could have done that instead of ruining my skirt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't just summon a magical golden rope thing.
Then why didn't you ask me to instead of ripping out my skirt?
Okay, let's take 5 more minutes and discuss it. Hey, can you summon me a magical rope
Can
thing?
someone help me? I can't breathe very good.
I
While they're
take.
arguing, I hit the one holding Betty with my
Cool.
axe.
Great. Roll me 2d6 plus guts as Sven Van Svensson hangs above you as he starts to kind of slowly rotate you to the rope. Hey!
Okay.
No, this was not how it's supposed to go!
Okay, so that's a 7 plus 2, which is a 9, minus 1, which is an 8.
Great. With an 8, I will say you are able to break Betty free. However, you did not inflict any damage on the highway person.
And I'm no longer hungover now.
Yes.
Yay! This
I-
has sobered you up.
Yes.
So very hungover.
Very hungover.
I want to attempt to slash at both the ankles of the dummy who was holding me to try to get it to topple over.
Great. Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Please, please be good. Oh my god.
Really bad.
That's a 4.
We have 2 rerolls.
Ooh. Use a reroll. And thank you for the reroll.
I still have, yeah, I still have
Seriously.
advantage.
Thank you very
This
much.
this
for the
system
rerolls.
really needs them. Do it again. Do it again.
I still have disadvantage, so that's a 5 without this.
Yeah, do it again.
Okay.
Juice
Last
it.
one.
Yep.
Betty.
It's a 6.
Still bad.
Better than a 5,
No,
better
it's
than a
not.
3.
Not. It's actually the same.
Oh, right.
With a 6, unfortunately, you try and swipe at the highway person's ankles, but they're just like, you underestimate kind of the distance between you and their ankles, and it just completely misses as they proceed to step on you with 1 foot for 2 points of
you're
damage, now
small.
pinning you.
I'm so bad at this, everybody. I'm sorry.
This is, one day you learn how to hold your drugs.
Shut up, Hannah, and be useful, please.
Violet draws her sword and with a quick motion decapitates
Ooh.
the highway person pursuing her. As you see, as the head of this highway person flies off, the hat flies off as well, and you see it is in fact a stuffed training dummy mannequin head. And as it topples to the ground, as more canvas and fluff pour out of its empty shell.
Unpopular opinion, we should just leave and go find the magic source that I detected. And just, this is what they get. for trying to steal our town.
Like use them as bait?
Yeah.
No, I'm into that.
Well, there's how many still standing? How many of these
There
dummies?
are, so 2 of them are tied up. One of them is stepping on you, Betty.
Yep.
Violet has taken out one. And then there's the big one that's still just kind of trying to swing at you. In fact, it swings at you again. What do you want to do, Hannah?
I'd like to create a mirror image of myself so he swings at that.
You want to create like a doppelganger?
Yeah.
Great, roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Yay.
Oh, you don't. No rerolls.
Dang!
Use them all.
That's a 3.
So in trying to create this magical doppelganger of yourself, you are focusing so hard that you don't see the mace that is above your head as it comes swinging down onto your cranium for 3 points of damage.
Okay, you know what?
Bastard.
I'm getting real mad at these. I'm getting real passionate because my Betty's pinned and my Hannah's been hurt. And so I'm gonna just do in a rage of passion with lots of heart. Run after the one that's pinned.
Lots of heart. DM.
No one messes with my Betty! And I run towards it and I want to take a giant, huge swipe with my scimitar.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Not heart. Not heart.
I'll give you heart for this once because you say you were so impassioned.
Thank you.
That's a cheat. She cheated.
Nope.
We're the rat
she
queen. That's what we do.
role-played. Yeah.
Oh, but I couldn't ruin a bard.
Oh,
I got
what
a 13.
Yes, with a 13, it's like as almost like the passion in you swells as you bring down the scimitar harder than you've ever brought it down before. As you like perfectly diagonally slice this highway mannequin in half, as it kind of does that thing where all of a sudden it's together and then it splits. And the top sliced half of its torso flies off in one direction, and the little leggies kind of fall over to the side. As you notice, Dee, on the back of this mannequin, as you see its shirt kind of roll up as it hits the ground, you see some kind of magical symbol that you cannot make out.
Oh.
Sven Van Svensson, hanging from the center of the tent pole above you, curses and says, "No, this wasn't how it was supposed to work. We're supposed to come in here. We're supposed to steal all the goodies while no one's watching. While this big dumb festival shit's going on. So, fuck it, have some of these." As you see he kicks off his boots, and then suddenly from within his boots fall a ton of like spiked jacks that now litter the tent floor.
Are you two still barefoot?
Oh no! How dare you remember that?
Sorry.
This just turned into Die Hard, the D&D game.
You think you can mess with Sven Van
let's mess it up
Svensson?
like John McClane.
Oh my god!
You think you can mess with Sven Van Svensson?
I just hit him on the back of the head with my blunt end of my axe. I knock it. I hit him on the
You
back.
want to hit him like a pinata?
Yes, I do.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Okay.
What a little bastard.
That's messed up.
Okay, so that is an 8 plus my 2. That's 10.
Yay!
Great. So yeah, you
Fuck
smack
you,
them
Sven.
so hard that you knock them out cold.
All
Yes.
of them?
And
Like
so-
bing bong
yeah,
bing?
Yeah, just with a really, because it was so successful. It's a very powerful, because their 3 heads are so tightly wound together.
Yeah.
They all kind of knock each other when you hit Sven instantly. And now
It's
you
like one of
have
those
And then I
these,
balls.
poke one in the eyes
Yeah.
and I slap. Oh.
you have these 3 hanging gnomes above you that start continually slowly turn. As, yes, this figure, this highway person that's in front of you, begins to rear up their mace again to deliver another blow.
Well, then I'm gonna defy danger.
Okay.
Um.
With quick thinking?
Well, yeah.
Or
let's
you want to exploit your friends?
I don't know. You're the GM.
What? You're making the call.
No, I mean my intention was to like circumvent this person, this highway person, and put them on fire.
Great. I'm going to say it's quick thinking, so roll me 2d6 plus canny.
Which is +1, which is an 8. What's this? Re-roll?
None.
8.
So, with an 8, you are able to duck out of the way, but you are not able to redirect the momentum of the highway puppet. As Violet then begins to charge towards the highway puppet that is facing you, she swings her axe in the air and just kind of As you were stepping out of the way, she barely misses you, but does not hit the highway person as well. As her axe becomes lodged in the ground as you see her trying to remove it.
Damn it! What's wrong with you?
What do you mean, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? You couldn't even summon a corporeal form.
Be better than an axe. Maybe that's why your parents
Why are we
kicked you
being
out.
defeated by puppets?
Because should never have gone to this festival. I want to just undo all the seams of their outfits.
Ooh.
So roll me 2d6 plus skill.
That's cool.
God damn it. 5, 6, 7. That's still not a horrible.
I will say you were able to target one, not all of them.
The one that she missed.
The one that she missed. Yes, you kind of flick your wand or your hand.
My wand.
Your wand. As you withdraw your wand and flick your wand at that specific, at the big kind of lumbering highway puppet, you start to see, yes, as the black strings that once held this kind of training puppet together start to then kind of magically wisp in the air and away. As each limb falls down, the hat away, the scarf away, as you are able to see, too, on its back, a magical rune-like symbol that you cannot make out.
Cannot make out.
I want to roll. I just want to stealth out of the tent to try to see if I can find someone controlling these guys from the outside.
Great. Roll me 2d6 plus, say, canny. Okay. That's some quick thinkings.
7, 8, 9, minus 1. That's an 8.
With an 8.
My last disadvantage, though.
Ooh, all right.
With an 8, you are able to mostly sneak out of the tent. However, you did gain, let's see. You did kind of garner the attention of the 2 highwaymen tied up. So as you try to sneak out, the highway puppets then try to hop after you.
Stay there, you assholes.
As you make it to the edge of the tent, you cannot tell, though, where this magic is coming from.
Can I know what she's doing and tell her where to look? Because I was able to sense that the magic wasn't in here. Did I know where the magic was specifically?
No, you just knew it was not within the room. It was not within the tent.
Gotcha. Hacha.
So we've got a trio of knocked out gnomes hanging from the ceiling. We have 3 destroyed highway puppets, and we have 2 that are currently tied together.
If they're going after Betty, I'm gonna be just running at them and hacking at them.
Great. Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Did you want to go first? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No.
I forgot that you hadn't gone. Ooh, so 3 plus 2, so it's 5 plus 2, it's a 7.
We do have 2 rerolls. Thank you so much for these
Yay,
rerolls.
thank
All right.
you.
I'll go for it.
We defo need them.
Okay, 4 plus. Ooh, so that's a 9 plus my 2, it's 11.
Yay! Wonderful. So with a quick swipe of your axe, how do you take out one of these dummies?
I think that I have figured out that the hat seemed to be involved somehow, so I kind of basically dummy scalp it. I kind of go, I don't focus for the neck, I focus right where the hat is, and kind of chop off that top layer of its head. And I just kind of so I run up and because it's going after Betty, I'm real mad about that, and so I just run up and I just kind of do a quick completely parallel swipe across it.
As you swipe this specific dummy's head, it suddenly collapses to the ground, and you see on the top half of the skull, of the dummy's skull that you just sliced, you see half of the magical rune that you have just sliced in half. There is still one dummy remaining that is still kind of tied to that is now tied to the limp body of its former cohort.
Get it, D.
Yeah, I'll take another swipe at it.
Great.
Yeah.
Roll me 2d6 plus, I'll say guts.
Okay, fair. I got a 5.
Go for it.
Reroll?
Yep.
One reroll.
Yeah, go for it. We need it.
There we go.
Nope.
Worse.
Oh.
Complete fail, too.
Ew.
Unfortunately, with a 2, as you swipe, you suddenly step on one of the tacks on the ground beneath you, and you lose your footing, and you fall face forward onto the tack for 5 points of damage.
Wow.
Oh, she just got over her migraine.
Oh my god. It hurts.
wait.
I'm having empathy pains.
Oh.
Also, fun fact, I'm at 7 HP right now, which is really, really, really bad.
Oh, no.
I just want to explode this fucking thing.
Great.
Last
Just
one.
like
You want to fireball it?
Magic missile it. Just so
Magic
like
missile it, yeah.
like you
Thank
know.
you for not burning this down.
There's the
There are
helpless.
drinks being served here, so I get why you want to burn it down. But
I know that I have a style.
Burning
7.
down bars.
yeah.
That's the hairstyle.
7.
Yeah.
It's still not a fail. It's just not a full success.
That's right. It's a success with a
I know.
So as you try to cast magic missile, you are able to kind of slightly stun the last remaining dummy for a moment. You stop its movement. However, in preparing this magic missile, you take a step forward and you step on some tacks for 4 points of damage.
Emily.
Hannah is not looking good at all.
Ooh, you're
harsh.
low, huh? 3?
It's 3 now.
Ooh. What happens?
I don't know. We might find out tonight because of stupid highway dummies.
And gnomes.
Fuck those
Hannah,
guys.
go wait outside. You're gonna die in here.
Are you
Well, they're
wait,
all
Betty?
out of
Are you
control.
inside the tent? Or are you outside
Oh,
the tent?
I thought I was just at the door. I'm still outside.
You're outside.
I'm gonna roll to look for to investigate, I guess, to see if I can find the person controlling
Great.
the dummies
Roll
again.
me
Could be
2d6
anybody.
plus canny.
It's not Aveline. Yay!
12.
With a 12, you're able to ask me 3 questions.
Okay.
You can also adjust these questions to need be, depending on how well they fit.
Mainly, I want to know who's controlling the dummies.
Betty, as you gain your focus and as you gain kind of some source of semblance at the edge of outside the edge of the VIP tent, suddenly your mind flashes with images. The runes that you saw on the dummies were not necessarily runes at all, but a beautiful cursive and calligraphied R in a similar purple, necrotic, possibly violet color.
Purple. Those actors.
Motherfuckers.
Okay. Can I sense where the acting troupe is right now?
You can sense where they are. They appear to be in their wagon.
Let's see. Do I know anything about this kind of magic to stop it, to block it?
You know from your experience of roaming around and being a smidgen spy, and also I believe you were a paladin at one point. So yes,
That's
you
right.
do recognize with both of those skills and histories combined, you are able to sense that it is a possession spell. That all of these dummies are being possessed by the magically inscripted runes that
Okay.
are placed on their dummy bodies.
All right.
They're
I
dummy
just kind of
bodies.
lean into the tent and yell, "Hey guys, it's definitely that troop, so we should go get them in their wagon." 'Cause
Okay.
yeah, just so you guys know,
Oh, okay.
we should leave all this stuff back here and go to the wagon.
I'm
right
not
now.
surprised.
Okay, coming now. Ow. I try to sit up.
I pick Dee up from the tacks and
thank
kind of
you.
carry her out of the
Ow.
tent.
I'm gonna say
before
you do that, yeah.
Before
Okay,
you
thank
do
you.
that,
Oh.
however close we are, can you swing by? I just need to touch Hannah.
Sure.
And
I
heal
pick
her.
Hannah up as well. I've got
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna kill his
Our
thing.
savior. Thank
Yes,
you.
say Braga, as you as soon as hearing Betty, you suddenly, you grab Hannah with the one arm, you pick up D with the other as you bolt through the VIP
Yeah.
tent.
Braga!
Violet-
There's just one left!
Violet, brandishing her sword, so sick of whatever's happening today. Violet raises her sword in a mighty dwarven yell, delivers the final slice to the last remaining
fair.
highway person,
Oh,
highway puppet.
thank you.
Unfortunately, she stumbles as she makes the final blow and lands on the tacks a little bit herself.
I'm out of hands, Violet.
She at least has shoes on,
I can
Can I-
pick up myself. I'm not that injured.
but you are short.
Thanks! As she
I,
picks herself up and emerges from the
I
tent.
need to touch Hannah, so that what I'd like to do is cure moderate wounds, which would heal an ally I touch of 2d8 damage.
Woo!
Can I please?
I'm gonna say yes. 2d6 plus heart.
Okay.
Please, Mom, may I?
Come on, heart.
Yay!
Ooh,
I got
that's
it.
great.
11.
Yay.
I was like,
Yeah.
So describe.
no, yeah, 11.
2d8s of
2d8 of damage.
2d8 of heal.
Yeah.
Healing.
Yeah, healing.
Great. Roll your
2d8.
2d8.
6.
Ooh, so now you have 9.
Oops. It was almost an 8. 4, 10!
Yay!
Yes, Hannah, you're back up to 13.
Yay! Dee, did I ever tell you that you could make me want to be with women?
I'm pulling more jacks out. No, you haven't told me that before.
In this moment, I'm feeling it for the first time ever.
Nice.
It's a really nice touch you've got there.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
As you all emerge
I
from
set
the
them down gently outside.
You
Thanks,
set them
Braga.
down, and all 5 of you standing outside of the VIP tent. You see the caravan wagon of the pros and pants performing troupe in your general direction.
So these are the guys possessing those things, but I don't think we should do a direct attack on them.
No, look, just let me set it on fire. And we done with it. Let's just do it. These guys
Fire.
were rude to your friend, who I don't care for her, but just let's kill them.
But there's children in there.
Yeah, that are also evil.
You don't know. Well, we don't know if they're all evil. But
There were 5 people, 5 puppets. They were all possessing a puppet.
We're not going to kill the kids, but we need to.
We need
come
to
on.
stop whatever's happening as you see Violet then start to book her way to the
Violet!
I ran
Alright,
after
well, if
Violet.
she's gonna hit stuff, I'm gonna hit stuff.
As
So
she,
I go
as she
after
books
her.
her way to the traveling wagon, as soon as you open the door, you see the Rosencrantz father, Geralt, Catherine, Lionel, Lighton, and Maddie all sitting, 5 of them in somewhat of a pentagram. In the circle is a dish. Geralt has his hand slit open with a knife, putting his hand on top of what appears to be some kind of enchanted skull.
I try to
As
cut his arm off.
the 5 of you enter in.
Okay.
Fair.
Trying to stop whatever's happening here. Geralt looks up with purple magic possessed in his eyes. Did you really think it would be that easy? Did you think that...
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The rat queens.
Yeah.
how fun. You were all so blind to their desires. Little did you know,
Huh?
they were planning it from the very start.
Huh?
As he puts his bloodied hand on the skull in front of you,
Nope.
there was suddenly explosion.
Ah!
The caravan around you explodes in this violet necrotic energy as you all are thrown back, hitting various trees, shrubs, and stands that lay among the edge of the Palisade Summer Solstice Festival grounds. As you slowly start to come to, you still see the figures of the Rosencrantz family laying limp, slowly trying to rise themselves off of the ground. As Betty, you notice suddenly, like the small slithering shadows you saw earlier, now a large one rises in the sky above you. As in an instant, it explodes into many multiple slivers of shadows that disappear into the ground.
No.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, all hella breaks loose.
What?
And that's where we will end tonight's episode. Episode 5 of the Rat Queens RPG. A very much a cliffhanger. What is going to happen at the Palisade Summer Solstice Festival? Can our Rat Queens save it before total, utter destruction? I don't know.
Probably not. I think
Yeah.
next week is the episode that
Yeah.
we die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last
Say
episode of the
goodbye.
series.
At
Thank you for
least
joining
you're
Then they'll
us.
take
Eagles.
over. There'll be a Cat King series
Cat
instead.
King.
Which is
Yeah.
totally fine because
Daves.
men sell
4
better
days.
than women. You know?
Thank you all so much for joining us, and thank you for participating in the polls. I hope you enjoyed the choices that I provided for you. You did in fact choose the Bard off, and of course you chose the horde of highway people to attack in the town.
As opposed to.
A horde of the undead.
Oh, I have an undead power thing.
oh,
Oopsie
no.
poopsie.
Way to go,
Whoopsie.
chat. We
Well,
love
let's,
it.
well, let's
Now
go
you know.
ahead and thank the people who made tonight's story possible.
Yes, let's do.
Metsu's Phantom.
Metsu's Phantom.
HCAM 42.
HCAM 42.
J Pistol.
J
Pistol.
Dashing CN.
Dashing CN.
Jabberwocky.
Jabberwocky.
Keen 456.
Keen 456.
Dan Bowski.
Dan
Bowski.
WCH.
WCH.
Super Mega Ultra Hyperforce.
Super Mega Ultra Hyperforce.
Gaiaka.
Gaia.
Rage Cage.
Rage Cage.
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Uberbaldy.
Uberbaldy.
WCH.
WCH.
Doomsday Danny.
Doomsday Danny.
Little Mouse that jumps.
Little mouse that
Little mouse that
J
jumps.
Pistol.
J
J Pistol.
Stump.
Stump.
Giant Replacement Baby.
Giant replacement baby.
Supalot.
Supalot.
Vedmid Verdi.
Vented Verdi.
J Pistol.
J
Pistol.
Stump and Stump.
Stump and Stump.
Thank you all so much. We cannot do this show without you all. If you
Literally,
love the
we
Rat
can't.
Queens, if you're
Me
digging
too.
this show, if you're picking up what we're putting down, remember to talk about the Rat Queens using the hashtag Rat Queens on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We love talking to you all in the Discord, so jump in the Discord. I'd love to hear what your thoughts on tonight's episode are, who you think is behind everything, what's all going on. We haven't seen the golden one pop up in a long time. What does it mean?
Oh,
Only I
yes.
know.
Well, there's the grin and the twinkly stars. I drew the
There's
grin.
a lot of stuff. Ooh, that was good. I like it.
It's a what?
Put it on the dice tray.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's the grin. And
Anyway,
There's
I
the
just
grin.
agreed.
So there's a lot of fun stuff we'd love to talk to you all about. Likewise, if you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening on the podcast form, thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. And if you like what you're listening or watching, be sure to give Hyper RPG a follow on Twitch to support this show, because you are the reason we are able to tell such amazing stories. Thank you again to Kurtis J Wiebe for creating the Rat Queens and for allowing us to play in his world and his property. Cheers to your final Rat Queens comic coming
Cheers.
Yes,
today.
Totally.
Thank
And
you
now,
for everything.
Would like to say a quick goodbye and where to find you all.
I want to start off with thanking Amir for his excellent behind the board
Yes,
skills.
thank you, Amir.
And great music cues tonight.
Yes, oh my
It's-
gosh.
It's just like, anyway, it's awesome. My name is Jessica Lynn Verdi. You probably know that. I'm at either Jessica Verdi or Jessica Lynn Verdi. If you search Jessica Lynn Verdi, you'll probably find me. So good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone again in the Discord for being so awesome. I actually put a picture of the original shirt online and you guys helped me figure out what to do with it. So if you guys are not in the
Nice.
Discord already, it's Hyper RPG's Discord and there's a separate channel for just Rat Queen. So get in there, talk to us. I am everywhere on the internet at I am Chubby Bunny. So that's literally Discord and Twitter and Twitch and all that good stuff, Instagram. So I'll see you guys on the internet.
I am Riley Silverman, and you can find me on Twitter at Riley J Silverman, Instagram Riley Silverman, and I am on a other Twitch show on Monday nights on the D&D channel called Ravnica: The Broken Pact. You can check that out, and also the Forgotten Movement of Genre podcast for Sci-Fi Wire. My second episode that I wrote aired today. It's about Nicole Perlman, who wrote Guardians of the Galaxy. So check that out, and all the other episodes that aired all this month.
Cool. Wonderful. I am at Eliza Pearl on all the things.
All the things.
Besides being here on Rat Queens on Hyper RPG, I'm also on Callisto 6 at Geek and Century's Twitch. That's Fridays at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And my mom watches both of these shows.
Aww.
Although this one is late for her because she's on the East Coast.
Oh, wow.
But she's been watching.
Aw.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Mom.
Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
She's an official Ripley mom.
Yeah, she is.
Aw. Thank you all so much for joining us. Get excited. Next week, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I look forward to seeing you all here 7 p.m. live on Hyper RPG for Episode 6, Part 2 of the Palisade Summer Solstice. Good night, and I'll see you then.
This is not a new story. This is merely another chapter of an endless strife. A tale of blood that's been spilling for millennia. In a fringe galactic arm, centuries-long warp storms cease, making its resource-rich planets traversable again and ripe for conquest. The Imperium of Man launch a crusade to reclaim old human colonies established before the storms began. The ruinous powers, knowing of the weakened warp, flood the quadrant, seeking to plague every corner with chaos. The Tau and the Eldari form a temporary alliance to rid the Imperium and the ruinous powers from the untainted galaxy. And the orcs, drawn to the smell of blood and riches, seek glory through the crucible of battle. The race to control the system begins. This is not a new story, but it is our story. Welcome to the grim, dark dawn.
Hello, and welcome to Kolak, America's heart. Life is generally easy in Kolak. The spirit of our small town is built around enjoying life, despite our technological empire. Kolak is like Paris. Art, music, and treasures of life are not just incidental. They are central to the spirit of our little town. This is a special gift for visitors and those who live in our vast green valley. Kolak's natural beauty can be thanked to the peaks that tower over us in our four corners, shielding us from the elements. Spend the day at Crater Lake, fed by the ever-flowing Riley River, America's heart. Enjoy our historic Main Street, or take a tour of our world-famous Shepherd's Winery, my favorite. Kolak prides itself in being a world leader in renewable energy and advanced medicine, all thanks to our most famous attraction, Synchroneity Tech. Many new families find their home in Kolak. Brought in to fill one of the country's most exciting genetic research facilities, many open roles. Science is at the very soul of Kolak, unlike anywhere else in the world. Gated by nature itself. You found yourself back at the start.